Now it's echoing through a comment hall.
Speaking of Donnie, there he is. Come on, baby. Oh, we got a long day tomorrow. Shall we? You're standing on it. You're not helping me. There you go.
We'll argue later. I'm clocking out.
Should get a treat.
Pulls up a playlist from a dusty brain.
You deserve a treat.
First drum hit, and he's 16.
I think so. Panda, how's everybody doing?
Slow song, she twisted his hair. Now the chat types, yo. I remember.
How's your Monday going?
The whole world shrinks to a gym in 02. Donnie, spin that track.
Panda,
Eddie's going
sister.
back. Baggy jeans, mixtape in his mom's old car.
I gotta switch these over to their box.
Big dreams drawn on a notebook page.
So your sister to come here.
Wasn't quite so far.
There she is.
Donnie, spin that track. Bark on the offbeat.
There you go, Panda.
From long threads about a broken state.
How are y'all doing today? You having a good day?
In a hallway.
I hope you are. I am.
He's still that kid, just a better Mike.
I am.
Still trying to say what's wrong, what's right. Some nights debate, some nights rewind. Either way, he's speaking his mind. Donnie, spin that track. Eddie's going back. Chat scrolling fast, but the room feels small.
What's up, babies? Me and Donnie are going for a ride tomorrow. We're going to San Jose. And yes, before you ask, I do know the way to San Jose. Oh, babies. David Devine made a good song when he made this, didn't he? Oh, I didn't want to do that. How's everybody doing? Been a couple of days. I've been working on some projects, and I've been working around, working on getting my new racing sim together. And of course, nothing goes right. It never goes all right, does it? Oh, baby, huh? Then yesterday we had to go to Santa Cruz. Me and Donnie's went to Santa Cruz yesterday. And then I got a funeral that I got to go to tomorrow in San Jose. So I got tie ready waiting for Donnie. We're going to put him in a tie. He's going to go with me to my, with me to a funeral tomorrow. Anyways, let's get started. Let's get this party started, huh? I think that'd be a good idea. Excuse me. All right. Here we go. Massive. The FBI raid of Fulton County, Georgia's 2020 election ballots were given probable cause by a judge. Now they can be sifted through without discussion. So this is kind of last week's stuff, but doesn't matter. Let's hear what's going on with this.
In on that and more is Jonathan Turley, constitutional law expert, Fox News contributor.
I gave you a treat,
All right, Jonathan, you heard this all day from Democrats and others. It's 6 years later, machine recount, 2 recounts, a machine count, confirming the results of the election. A lot of eye rolling by Democrats and media types. So what's the point in going back?
Well, that's a very good question, but we do have a court order here. So a judge found that there was probable cause to allow the seizure of this material. And that's just not given for any reason. The judge had to conclude that there was a basis for this. We don't know what caused this surge.
What's up, Hope?
We will have to see. When the election was occurring, many of us said at the time that we did not see evidence of mass fraud.
What about, I saw that,
certainly
and
is still the case. But
okay, I guess we're gonna have to.
By people
I guess I'm gonna have to look over that thing.
Try to get access
I'll be honest.
to these ballots. They were
I
largely
skipped over that thing.
refused,
Hope
in
I didn't.
many states.
I saw a lot of posts
and
on it today.
So this is a very significant step. That these are now in control.
I didn't know
of
if
the
it was
FBI
that
to be
important of a
reviewed.
deal, but since
Now,
you have
whether
questions,
there's anything
we'll have to look
there,
into it.
it's hard to tell. We
We'll
have to see what.
We'll look into it, and since you're here at least, this week, yesterday was a rough day for me. I had to go do something that I do every year. But I was thinking last night, and I was seeing the stuff on the Grammys. They gave that douchebag Don Lemon a standing ovation. They gave him an ovation for him going into a church and harassing people. Then stars, or I guess what is it? Music. So musicians are fuck guys and giving all this advice to go and screw over ICE. And every day it gets more and more and more that I think we just lost control of our country. I think pretty soon we're just going to be a third world country because the people in charge, all they care about is money and themselves. They'll lie to your face. And it's just, it's so sad. It's a scary thing. And I started thinking last night, I'm like, you know what, why should I even do my fucking show anymore? The only people that watch my show are conservatives. So it's not like I'm helping anybody, right? Same thing with everybody else that's doing what I do. Then I'm like, why? Why am I, fuck those people. And we really got to figure out something, folks. And I hate to say it. I'm going to tell you right here and now. I think our only option to make the United States back to what it was is we need a fucking civil war. I think we're going to need a civil war. That's just my opinion. All right, this Guthrie stuff. You know what? I guess we can start with this. I normally try and start with the O's news and go to the first, but since Hope asked about it, and Hope sometimes falls asleep and doesn't stay the whole entire show, why aren't you? My button's working. Come on. There we go. Now it's working. Let's go down and let's see some of the stuff, because I saw it, and first off, I don't even know who she is. And then I saw something. Okay, it's in Arizona, and police are searching for it. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but if Hope's bringing it up, then it must be kind of a big deal. Oh, you get distracted and leave. I bore Hope. I make her bored. Let me find some of this. Let's just. It was all over today, and I kept skipping it and skipping it. I guess so. It's somebody who's a news anchor in Arizona. Their mother, isn't that what it was? Something like that. Where is it? Oh yeah, breaking news: the Clintons have decided now to show up in to Congress and answer questions. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm totally wrong. She's today's host mom. Oh, here we go. So Savannah Guthrie's mom vanishes. Authorities called it an abduction. Arizona authorities are now treating a sudden disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of NBC anchor Savannah Guthrie, an outright abduction from her Tucson area home. The vulnerable woman is this. So that's a picture of her, I'm guessing. This young lady right here in the blue. She's 84 years old. She's a female. She's 5'5", 150 pounds. Brown hair, blue eyes. Last seen on the evening of January 31st, 2026 at her residence near East Skyline in North Campbell. Unknown what clothes she may be wearing. So, let's see what it says. Who depends on daily medication, was last seen on January 31st and left everything behind, making a midnight stroll highly unlikely. So what questions do you have, Hope? I'm going to do just a search on the last name. Okay, so latest. Let's go to the top, actually. I don't care if people dislike her opinions and reporting her mother is missing. This is when we all called out for. 84-year-old mom Nancy's missing, and the FBI is now involved. Police say what they found at the scene is very concerning. She lives close to the border and has no history of cognitive issues. praying she is found. Okay, let's watch this and see what.
Right to what is a deeply personal story for us. Nancy
Guthrie,
hold
on. I'm sorry,
Savannah's
I forgot you guys weren't seeing the
mother,
screen.
has been reported missing in Arizona.
Nancy, who is 84, was last seen Saturday night and reported missing on Sunday by family members.
Savannah saying in a statement, on behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom. We thank law enforcement for their hard work on this case and encourage anyone with information to contact the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900.
In a news conference late last night, the Pima County Sheriff said multiple teams responded to the scene.
This is very concerning to us. We don't typically get the sheriff out at a scene like this, but it's very concerning what we're learning from the house.
The sheriff adding that Nancy Guthrie has no signs of cognitive issues.
She's has no cognitive issues at all. She's very alert, very of good sound mind. Just some physical, 84 years old.
NBC's Tom Winter covers crime and security. Tom joins us now with the latest.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
Tom, good morning. The sheriff said that what they found especially concerning was the scene at the house. What's the significance of that?
That's right, Craig. And obviously our thoughts and prayers are out with our colleague Savannah this morning. You know, people go missing all the time in this country, and it can be a frustrating process for families as they ask law enforcement to look and intervene. One of the things that police do first is they go to somebody's house in a case like this. And according to what the sheriff said last night in Pima County, what they uncovered was a scene that was, quote, very concerning to them, but later used the phrase grave concern at the press conference last night. So it was the evidence that they found at Nancy Guthrie's house. She's 84 years old, that they found there that led them to this point where they thought that this is something that required their urgent attention. They were able to get out helicopters last night to use infrared cameras. They've got drones up. They've enlisted the help of the Customs and Border Protection, obviously not too far from the border there in Mexico. They have some special resources. The FBI is also aware of this case as well. Just given the nature of what they found at the scene, that's what's got them so concerned. We're withholding some details as we would do with any investigation.
So that's the problem. So now I see why you say you have questions. So, first off, here's what first went through my head. People go missing all the time. They don't make national news like this. Is it just because this lady is a news reporter that she gets the extra push above? That's what first went through my head. And then when they start talking about, the issues we found at the house, and it's like, okay, what'd you find at the house? And they won't tell you what they found at the house. They're not even giving you a hint of what was found at the house. Now, when they start talking about bringing in Border Patrol and stuff like that, it kind of, and they mentioned, it's like, why wouldn't MSNBC, whatever the fuck they're called now, is pro-immigration, pro-illegal aliens and stuff like that. So I wouldn't think it would be them trying to sway somebody, And they haven't talked about yet, well, hey, give us, we want money or to get your mom back. They didn't mention that at all. So yeah, this is very peculiar, as I should say. I searched for stories about mother, and when I filtered the people I follow, I was disgusted by what I saw. Now's not the time, daughter. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter that she's liberal. You know what? So what? And that's, but the problem is this, also with the statement that this person says here. Liberals are now, if you're not with them, they want to kill you. I mean, we're going to show you some videos of stuff today, of shit like that, right? Getting mad they show Gus missing mother or something what I don't understand is, why is it such a big deal? They're making a huge deal out of this when they don't make it about other people. So my question is, are they just making a big deal about it because it's her mom and she's a news anchor? Or is there something else that they're not telling us? And it seems like there's something else they're not telling us. This person, JLR. I don't even know who this. I hear people mention JLR a lot. I don't know who he is. But her mom, Nancy, hired Mexicans and people from south of the border to do her cooking, cleaning, and yard work at her Tucson, Arizona home. I'm not seeing anything else, though. Yeah, everything is too hush-hush concerning the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. They never found that news reporter here, well, Wisconsin, ever, but you don't know what happened to her either, says Paul. And it wasn't news until today. So, and that's another thing. Because it's not news till today, it makes me think that, okay, there's money questions involved. Maybe they said, give us so much money and we'll, you know what I mean? Because that's what it sounds like to me. So I don't know. I don't know enough about it, and it's definitely worrisome. Oops, I just messed up into that. It's definitely worrisome. There's something going on that they're not telling us. For sure. And so, we'll check back in about when we go through some of this other new stuff from over the weekend. And then we'll look at it again to see what's going on. Maybe we can find out some more information now. You know what I mean? And she went missing on the 31st. Okay, what significance is January 31st? I don't know what significance that is. Maybe you can explain that to me. All right, it's official. Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff is now working directly with ICE through the officers to carry out mass deportations. This office, I don't know why this is big news, because Sheriff Mark Lamb used to be their sheriff.
Everybody?
And they work with them.
All right. Good morning. My name is Brad Miller. I'm the Pinal County Attorney. Today, I'm here to announce a strategic partnership with the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Authorities through their 287G enforcement program. Members of my office have gone through the certification requirements, and we are now acting in direct partnership to protect Pinal County.
Very true, Paul. Very true.
Evil exists in this world, and it manifests itself through human trafficking, drug trafficking, domestic violence, and crimes against children. This office will do everything in its power to protect this community from these predators. Recently, my office indicted an illegal immigrant named Ishmael Ortega Hernandez for the murder of his girlfriend in front of her 2 children. He sought refuge in a sanctuary city because politicians like Representatives Grijalva and Ansari have made people believe that they are safe in those cities. I'm here to let you know that they are not. There are no sanctuary cities in Arizona. With this partnership, if you commit a crime in Pinal County, we will hunt you down no matter where you go and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Good.
Human smuggling is evil.
Pete?
And we will not only prosecute those who participate in such activities, but my office is also planning to pursue legislation to call it what it is. It's modern-day slavery.
Oh, this is even old. Why the fuck? This is old. I don't know why it showed up on my stream today. All right. We know Pinal County's. They're conservative there. All right, so Don Lemon, if you didn't know, he got arrested last week by federal agents in LA after recently storming a Minnesota church with anti-ICE agitators. Nobody's above the law, Don, right? But the problem is, then he got out. Karen, this guy's worth millions of dollars, and they let him free on a no bond, so you have to pay a single fucking dollar, right? And he was at the Grammys over the weekend. They just discovered her body. Yes, she wasn't at church, so they went to check on her and found her house wasn't right. Yeah, but there's just too many hidden secrets or hidden stuff there. They're not telling us about it. So Donald Trump says agitator, and perhaps insurrectionist Alex Pretty Stock has gone way down with the just-released video of him screaming and spitting in the face of a very calm and under-control ICE officer, and then crazily kicking in a new and very expensive government vehicle so hard and violent, in fact, that the taillight broke off in pieces. It was quite a display of abuse and anger for all to see, crazed and out of control. The ICE officer was calm and cool. Not an easy thing to be under those circumstances. Make America great again. So yeah, he's not the poster boy that they are saying he is. But, the liberals aren't going to see that because they only watch one news. They're not going to be showing this stuff. All right, so this, I don't know, did I have a show on Friday night? I don't think I did. Justin, federal agents arrested Don Lemon as he was supposed to be covering the Grammys in LA for his role in storming the Minnesota Capitol. Couldn't happen to a more deserving faux journalist. And I know this is old news, but we're going through the stuff that I have for the weekend. Maybe somebody missed something on it. So here's the official statement from Don Lemon's attorney. Don Lemon. Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he's always done. Yet he's never stormed into a Christian church, stopping what was going on. It says the First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role it is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. There is no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. What about holding himself into account, right? Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, do you think she was abducted by an illegal? She had him work around her house, including all the cooking, and now they're trying to keep this quiet. You think so? If her mom really got kidnapped by an illegal alien, wow, the irony. And I'm not saying it's good. Trust me, I don't think anybody deserves to be kidnapped at all. Least of all, an 84-year-old woman. But yeah. All right, Sticky Pete, it totally goes against their narrative. All right, so holy crap. It's been exposed that Ilhan Omar's husband's investment firm, which skyrocketed their net worth to $30 million, has no clients whatsoever and 0 records of them managing money. It's fraud. They say they do work in 80 nations operating in. There's no SEC registrations for them as investment advisors. What's going on here? This is increasingly looks sketchy. Both the winery and his investment firm. The winery may not exist, and the firm may just be whatever they. It's amazing how people can go into Congress and then become these entrepreneur investing people. So let's see what they're saying on Fox Business.
Okay, that was far-left Congresswoman Ilhan Omar claiming the Justice Department and Congress probing her sudden skyrocketing wealth to $30 million in just 1 year, that they have a problem with her living the American dream. You heard her say the goddamn United States of America. We've got new questions on where she and her husband got all that money. Joining us now, Forbes Media Chair, Editor-in-Chief Steve Forbes. Steve, new information coming in.
Why is everybody on
magazine,
YouTube today?
Your magazine has reported this too. That the state of Delaware and Washington, D.C. canceled the registrations for Omar's husband's investment firm, Rose Lake, for not paying its back taxes. We saw it owed more than $400,000 to Delaware and nearly $1,800 to D.C. She's claiming it's worth $25 million from less than $1,000 a year before. How can his investment firm not afford to pay taxes? It's supposedly worth an estimated $75 million to $150 million. This is really weird stuff.
Well, weird is not the word for it. There's another word for it called crooked. And that's why we have to have an investigation into this. As you know, the Biden administration started examining her finances and that of her husband.
Free choice.
And so surprise, that investigation went nowhere. But it's amazing how people can go into Congress and then become these entrepreneurial investing geniuses, right? Where they come in, she had under $1,000 of net worth, and her husband didn't have much, and suddenly now they're multimillionaires. Is there a money laundering operation here? And in terms of the firms themselves, they have a sketchy background. That winery in California that she and her husband own, where did that come from? Where's the wine there? And nobody can seem to find it. So there's a lot of smelly stuff here, and that's why in the American Dream, her version of the American Dream is the Al Capone version of the American Dream, Tony Soprano version of the American Dream, and that is steal it from the taxpayers. Sopranos. And so there's a lot of stuff here, and so when somebody cloaks themselves in the American Dream, and so you have numbers like this from minus 1,000 to 30, 40 million, you know something is not right.
Yeah, and she's also like blaming people, bullying, doing race baiting, race bullying. There's no evidence, public evidence. There's
she's telling everybody, oh, Donald Trump is making people come after me.
She valued it at $5 million. His investment firm is real. It's supposedly real. Its D.C. headquarters appear to share office space at a WeWork, Steve. There's no track record of his firm managing money, doing M&A deals. No clients we see, investment deals, or any work it's done. They say they do work in 80 nations operating in. There's no SEC registrations for them as investment advisors. What is going on here? This increasingly looks sketchy, both the winery and his investment.
Not only that, how does somebody who is completely in debt become a money advisor? Are you really going to listen to the guy who's broke as a joke to tell you how to spend your money and buy stocks? I mean, come on.
Firm.
Yeah, the winery may not exist, and the firm may be just a name only, as you say, a WeWork office.
And her husband. Don't forget her husband.
So that's why the investigation needs to be done. And suddenly all that $30 million, I think you're going to find, I'll make a speculation, a prediction, that $30 million came from sources that are illegal, period.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Oh, I guarantee it. I'd bet money on it. But the problem is nothing's going to happen to it. So here's more about Don Lemon maybe making his first. So once again, this is from Friday, guys.
Alert.
No, her husband, she married her brother and then divorced him once it became legal. Her husband's a white dude. Sneaky Pete. Her husband's a white dude, so that's not her brother anymore. She got remarried.
Journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul.
I know she married her brother, Sneaky Pete. But then she got divorced and got married to this new guy.
Minnesota. Bill Malusian joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey.
Okay, just to make sure, because I am wrong sometimes. How many times has Ilhan Omar been married? I do make mistakes sometimes. She's been married 3 times. Early life and education, early career, U.S. House of Representative. Where's your private life? Don't they normally do personal? Here we go. In 2002, she became engaged to Ahmed Abdul-Hirsi. She said they had an unofficial faith-based marriage. They had 2 kids together, including Israel, one of the 3 principal organizations, blah, blah, blah. And their divorce was in 2008. In 2009, she married Elmi, a British Somali. According to Omar, she and him legally divorced, and Omar and Hirsi legally married in 2018. On October 7, 2019, Omar filed for a divorce from Hirsi, citing irretrievable breakdown. So in March 2020, Omar married Tim Minnett, a political consultant whose political consulting firm, the E Street Group, received $2.78 million in contracts from her campaign during the 2020 cycle. So see, she is no longer married to her brother. She married her brother, but then they got divorced.
Go.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning at a hotel. This obviously all in connection with that storming of a church in...
And real quick, how come we haven't seen the video of this?
In St. Paul, Minnesota, by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now, remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate judge in Minnesota who didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him.
You could be right, Sneaky Pete. The last marriage explained for cover up. It could be cover up for the fact that she paid them money to be her political campaign, whatever. Might be. Definitely might be.
Then it went to a judge above him. He didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to an appeals court. They also decided not to sign off for an arrest warrant for him. So there was experts who were predicting that perhaps the feds would go to a grand jury. It remains to be seen if that's what happened here, but we can confirm that Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles by federal agents just after midnight Los Angeles time
and
at
why
a
haven't we seen the
hotel.
body
Now,
cam
typically,
footage?
standard procedure with an arrest like this is the defendant will likely make their first court appearance sometime the same day. So there's a chance we may see Don Lemon make his first court appearance in Los Angeles sometime today. But obviously, this is going to grab all sorts of headlines. 3 other protesters from that short.
Yeah, and you know what happened? You know who went and saved him? Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, went and got him out. Okay, so now this is interesting. So, Goofy's not here.
The
So,
other side, we start this.
So Bexar County, that is San Antonio. So the first openly gay judge of Bexar County, Texas, was just arrested on a felony for illegally handcuffing an attorney and locking him in a jury box. Soup isn't warm enough. So this lady has been in some interesting situations, because not only is she the first LGBTQ, whatever you want to call it, but she also has a pride flag. So she has the Texas flag, the American flag, and she has the pride flag up on her dais or whatever, whatever you say it. But anyways, let's watch this.
Evening with the Bexar County judge on the other side of the gavel.
Judge Rosie Speedlin-Gonzalez faces multiple charges tonight, including a second-degree felony. We just got her mugshot a few minutes ago. It's right here behind us. News 4's cameras caught the moment Speedlin-Gonzalez walked into a courtroom to be indicted. Tonight, there are questions about what happens next.
News 4 San Antonio's Phil Sterling has been following the story for us all day. He joins us live with the very latest on the charges. Phil.
Now, County Court at Law Judge Rosie Speedlin-Gonzalez arrived here to the Cadena Reeves Justice Center to show up to a courtroom only feet away from her own, just down the hall. This right here.
I do not think that you should have, the Texas flag and the American flag up there. You should not have the LGBTQ flag.
Behind me is her courtroom. We got a copy right here of the indictment of all the charges that were read to her, although it did give limited information as to what happened. At a county court, at-law judge Rosie Speedlin-Gonzalez is in court, but not to preside over a case. She's here to be arraigned. She's been charged with 1 count of unlawful restraint by a peace officer or judge, a second-degree felony, and official oppression, a Class A misdemeanor.
Why does she
the
have him
Bexar
locked
County
up?
District Attorney filed a motion for recusal regarding the case, so a special prosecutor named Brian Cromines of Goliad County was appointed to handle the case. Meanwhile, we reached out to Speedlin-Gonzalez's office for comment and are still waiting on a response. What we do know is that she presides over the Refleo Court, a court specializing in reducing domestic violence by authorizing specialized supervision for offenders, like matching them with officers with small caseloads. But now, according to the Judicial Commission Online, when a judge is criminally charged, they're suspended without pay. The commission cannot reinstate them while charges are pending. The only question is whether that's a
Uh-oh. Come on, internet. I wonder if I'm still streaming. Let's do this. There we go.
Now, the next time that we see her in court is not known, although we do know that her caseload is being offloaded onto other judges. Phil Sterling reporting live.
I also noticed she also wears a pride thing on her when she's in court. All right, Scott Jennings, we love him. Let's hear what he's saying now.
Yes or no?
They do. I would just point out to you, though, that in a court case in Minnesota this week, there was a district court ruling that was overturned by the 8th Circuit. And the panel of the 8th Circuit said they had reviewed hours and hours of footage from all these supposed protests. And even though some people were doing protected speech and protected protests, that much of the time it crossed the line, that it was not protest activity. So it's not all just protesting. Some of it is crossing the line. Some of it is designed to impede federal law enforcement, and that is a crime, is it not?
Yeah. People in America have the constitutional...
All right. Oh, and by the way, Sneaky Pete, so I haven't heard anything back from Track Racer, but I ordered the parts from Amazon and they came in today. I just haven't tried them yet. You were fixing to say I got rubbled, but remembered I was on ScrewTube. Yeah. Breaking news. Get this. Tim Walz, National Guard, are now retreating back from anti-ICE agitators at the federal building and letting them violate the barricaded zone. What's up, bread, librarian. Okay, I'm done with all that. I don't want to hear anymore. Let's see what else. Here we go. Maybe this one. With their Somali flag. Look at everybody's on YouTube today. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so Justin, a video shows federal agents surrounding the home of the Minnesota leftist activist Georgia Fort, who masqueraded as a journalist while attacking a St. Paul church. Lots of fuck around to find out happening here. So let's watch this. So the FBI is at her house.
Yes.
And just so I just want to say something. Here is the difference. Here is the difference between liberals getting hit up by the FBI and conservatives. They showed up on my door, banging and pounding it. They broke my cameras with weapons drawn and a big old huge thing to tear down my door. Right? This woman's just looking out the window. All cool and calm and collected. What the fuck is this all about?
Okay, well, this is really scary. There's kids in the house. You guys have not been really friendly in the community. And to me, this seems a little, can I finish, sir? Can I finish? Can I finish?
Get your phone.
This seems a little bit aggressive
with
to
a little
have
bitty
all these
wabbit.
cars in our cul-de-sac, 2, 3 agents, and now I saw the one disappear to the back. So to me, this is a little aggressive to just serve a warrant.
Oh my God.
Slide the warrant. Let me.
Real quick, I'm gonna pause this, right? I'll show you the difference. This is when they raided my house, and yes, I know my house was a mess. I just got rid of my thrift store. So real quick. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Madera police, so that's 10. There was sheriffs as well. And look, guns are drawn. All right? Guns are drawn. Guns are drawn. Guns are drawn. This guy's got this big old huge whatever the fuck you want to call it. The firemen use, I think.
Search warrant, police! Mike! Police! Search warrant, police! FBI warrant under the door! Hey, Eddie, come on out, police. Have a search warrant.
Look at it. They still have their guns drawn. And you know, I honestly, you know what's funny is I have my shotgun always behind my door, right there. They didn't even notice my shotgun. It's on all the paperwork and stuff. There's no shotgun mentioned.
Did your dog bite? All right, hands where we can see him. All right.
I'm like, no, the dog doesn't bite. And of course, everybody here knows that's a regular on my show that Brownie bit them. My little teeny tiny dog bit him.
Did your dog bite? Okay. Okay. All right, go back to my partner right over here.
Hey, Sneaky Pete, wait a minute. Sneaky Pete, did you notice whose shirt I was wearing? Sneaky Pete. Look, Sneaky Pete knows this person. Him and I know this person. Look whose shirt I'm wearing. Yeah, I miss Brownie too. I do hope. But look at this bitch. Look at how they're going to her house.
See the warrant.
This is a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Okay. And that, to me, what I have been told, is not a judicial warrant. that has me to have to open the door for you.
They were going to rip my fucking door down, but this lady, they're like, "Hi, ma'am. We're here to arrest you. Can you please come out?" Bullshit. Fuck that. By the way, FBI, I still would like my stuff back. So get this. Seattle mayor, she's a new mayor up there, Katie Wilson, makes it clear that her city doesn't need signal chats. I don't know who... Oh, it's Kim Hagman. You gotta learn how to write better, bro. Instead, she's going to mobilize the actual police force to do what signal networks do in Minneapolis. He said, "Today I announced an initial set of actions to protect city residents in the face of increased federal immigration enforcement. So direct the Seattle Police Department to investigate, verify, and document ICE agency. Mandates Seattle Police Department's verified information is shared with community partners. So they're going to be telling everybody where ICE is. They're going to prohibit ICE from staging operations on city property. And they're going to invest $4 million to support immigrant communities. Establish the Stand Together Act." I mean, what the fuck? We need to take money away from them. And Elon Musk calls it insurrection. I agree. All right, so this is anti-leftist ICE protesters are now harassing Minnesota sheriffs at the Minneapolis Federal Building, but they're not taking it. We're not taking it. And I know how Andy gets through it because I think Andy enjoys watching these things. I think he just enjoys it. Plus, most of the time, he's high as a kite. He's just like chilling. Yeah, Andy is just oh wait. Andy loves what he does. Portland Andy. We're talking about Portland Andy, Hope. Doesn't surprise me, Sneaky Pete. See what they did? See what they did? Isn't this the guy that just put that guy in the green hat, right? Oh no, somebody put that there so they could take a picture of that on top of the ice. Or on top of the video. This guy is like Bane. He's Bane from Batman. Oh yeah, Bane. What a joke. What a joke. All right, so November 3rd through the 4th, 2020, Detroit, Michigan. 7 hours after the poll closed, security cameras capture a city-registered minivan as Jocelyn Benson and Dana Nessel are unloading boxes labeled for CCP Biden as Gretchen Whitmer is behind the wheel. No way. No way Gretchen Whitmer's behind the wheel. I think that's a lie. No fucking way. This is from the Gateway Pundit. Oh, of course, Sneaky Pete. That's why they're letting illegals be counted in the census. But they're putting an end to that. They're definitely putting an end to that. I want to see how they can say that's Gretchen Whitmer. You don't even see the driver. Who wrote this? Oh, you know what? It's Liz Churchill. That's why. She's, I don't trust her. I don't know. There's something about her I just don't trust. So now more sheriff deputies are clashing with ICE. Let's see if it's something interesting to watch.
Quit it! Now get the fuck up! Motherfucker! Back up! Back up! God damn, fucking pussy! Pussy! God damn, man! God fucking damn! Fuck you! Fucking move back! Fuck you! Fuck you! Right there, move back!
You guys are ridiculous.
Yep. But the problem is the Democrats don't tell that to these fucking liberals here. These people out there, they lie to them and saying, "Oh, these Somalis didn't do nothing wrong. No, these people, no, you're racist. You're a racist." Right? And so they get these liberals going by lying to them. And that's the fucking problem. I wish there was a way that every time a politician or news agency lied, that they got fined or thrown in jail or something. But that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen because every politician fucking lies. And honestly, I don't care who you are. Everybody's fucking lied. I lie. Sneaky Pete's gotta lie. Hope's gotta lie. You all lie. We all lie. It's just human nature. That's it, Sneaky Pete. What does Judge Judy say? You know how I can tell you're lying? Your lips are moving. You're not an angel, my ass. Okay. Enough of these dumbasses. Ooh, I had some charcuterie. So the Department of Justice, and we know, so once again, this is from Friday still. I'm still catching up. The DOJ is set to release 3 million pages of Epstein-related documents today, and they did. And I'm not going to show much of that because there's just too much. I'm trying to avoid the Epstein stuff, to be honest with you. There's too much sick and disgusting stuff in there that I just don't want to deal with. All right, so Deputy Attorney Todd Blanche confirms investigation into the funders of left-wing terror networks. Let's see what he has to say.
Looking at a nexus of left-wing groups, this DOJ said that that's something that you guys were concerned about. Are you following money? Are you looking at a potential that all of this may be related somewhere?
I mean, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Attorney General.
Looking at a nexus of left-wing groups, this DOJ said that that's something.
All right, Texas. So this is more on this Texas judge who was just arrested and had got to, an attorney was in a battle over her pride flag. So listen to this. See how her twist. So this is in Bexar County, which is San Antonio, Texas. She's got pride flags on the bench.
Judge Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez became the first openly gay judge to be elected in Bexar County.
I thought that one judge in she said in Bexar County. Okay, because isn't that one judge in Georgia the pre-trial? What's that lady's name? She's gay, isn't she?
Within months of taking the bench, a complaint.
See, she even has it on her robe. She has the pride flag on her robe. The pride flag's up there on her dais.
Was made by a local defense attorney to the State Commission on Judicial Conduct about the rainbow pride flag she had in her courtroom.
It came across very much like I was being targeted and discriminated against.
And it wasn't just the rainbow pride flag that she was forced to remove.
I was also ordered to remove all rainbows from the courtroom. My mouse pad, the pen that I used, the robe where I had a sarape, colors.
Gonzalez states her disappointment is also because other judges across the state have not been required to remove flags or different color robes from their courtrooms.
Are they going to go to these judges who have an Irish flag in their courtroom or wear a camouflage robe when they want to, or, make sure that out in the rural counties, there isn't a Confederate flag flying in some little JP court.
She has since made an appeal on the ruling and is awaiting to get her day in court, which can come later this year. And as she waits, she's making sure to continue to be a leading advocate for the LGBTQ plus community any way she can.
It's become a year-round type of approach to life, to live authentically.
I mean, look, she's talking to the news with her background as a
and to live out loud.
The State Commission on Judicial Conduct does not comment on pending litigation. An appellate court of 3 justices is expected to preside over this hearing in Austin. Erica Hernandez.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think she should, political statements should not be made inside a court like that. That's what I think. And that's funny, Hope. I saw someone protesting in LA with a spare leg. So now House conservatives threaten extended shutdown over election integrity measure. They want the SAVE Act in there, which means they want to make sure that you got to show ID to vote. So do you think, let's see, what does he say? So do you think if you got her as your judge and you were known to be against gays, do you think you get a fair trial? No, I wouldn't. I would think no way, shape, or form would I get a fair trial from her. Not at all. I never even thought about that aspect of it, Sneaky Pete. That's a good point to make. It's a very good point to make on that. I didn't even think about that. So talking about Don Lemon arrest.
I have anything to share about that.
And to follow up on that, do you have a reaction to the arrest of Don Lemon overnight?
Do you have a reaction to what?
To Don Lemon's arrest overnight?
Do I have a reaction to it? I don't know what that means. What are you looking for me to do? Jump up and down? No, I don't have a reaction to it. I don't know that the charges are unsealed yet. So no, I can't. I'm not going to comment on that.
What do you want me to do? Jump up and down? Sure, that would be something good. Uh-oh. Oh, that one must have gotten taken down. Okay. Sometimes these people, they write something and then they erase it and put up a new one. Let me mark this off. So it says this might be the most compelling pro-life video I've ever seen. Let's see what's going on here.
This is my city. What are you doing here? You're trying to antagonize people, so go the fuck away. Go the fuck away. Go the fuck away. It's simple. Go the fuck away. Go home. Why don't we just let her get raped right now and forced to have a baby? That'd be great. I would carry full term. Yeah, sure you would, and you'd be traumatized for life. She's traumatized already. I'm not the one who looks traumatized here. You can go. You're right. You can go. We're a little old. We're gonna stay together. We're gonna stay together the rest of the day. How would you say you're for women, but then we're gonna stay together? Shut the fuck up, bitch. How would you? Why are you antagonizing people? Why are you antagonizing people? Why are you antagonizing people?
I can't tell who's who.
Come with your elders. Come with your elders, please. We've been fighting for this for 50 years. She's so young. I hope you guys have a good day.
I can't tell who was who in that argument. Could you guys? I couldn't tell who was who. Stinky Pete says, yeah, it caused a conflict of interest. Someone could come back later and say they were biased against them and they because of their beliefs, and they probably get their charges dropped. Oh, certainly. Happens all the time. Hey, do they always think that they're the only one that has a First Amendment right? Liberals do. Liberals do. They want to take away yours, but they want to keep theirs. So anti-ICE protest. I think we watched this, but let's see.
Yeah. Quit it! Now get the fuck up! Motherfucker! Back up! Back up! God damn! Fucking pussies! Pussies! God damn, man! God fucking damn! Fucking move back!
Oh yeah, we saw this already. My bad. Man, that charcuterie tray has really got me burping up a storm. I bought some at Costco the other day, and I was watching Survivor 49 earlier today, and they had a charcuterie board as one of their prizes. I'm like, hey, I got one in the freaking fridge right now. All right, newly released Epstein files mention President Trump in some really messed up claims. One says girls got brought to his Mar-a-Lago place for these calendar girl parties where Epstein supplied them and things got auctioned off or whatever. Another tip claims kids were abused, checked for tightness by touching them. And this is why I don't want to talk about this stuff. But when they're bringing up President Trump's name, I feel I have to, because I don't want people to say I'm biased about not bringing up stuff like this. But we have more on it, because a lot of stuff says the shark cootie. What is the shark cootie? Oh, charcuterie board. You don't know what a charcuterie board is, Hope? It's just a meat plate. It's like a meat plate. Let's see. Let me see if I can spell it right. Charcuterie board. It's like cured meats and cheeses. So, like, you got your salamis, you got your cheeses. This even has bread on there. You know what I don't see right here though? Which, let's see. In fact, I got the trash right here. Mine is salami, prosciutto, coppa, Gentili salami, and Calabrese salami. And boy, it was good. It was good. What I normally do is I get their croissants. And so you take the croissant, right? So here's what you do. You go to Costco and you get their delicious croissants. And you slice it open down. In fact, I still got a cut from slicing it down the middle. You slice it down the middle, you open it up, you put some mayonnaise on there, then you put your Dutch Havarti cheese on there, then you add each of the 4 different salamis on top of it. You close it up, you put it in the microwave for a minute, and then you pull it out, and the cheese is just melting, and oh, it's so good. But I have an issue. The problem that I have with it is I love croissants. So I'll make a sandwich, but then I'll go back in the middle of the day and have a snack. I'll grab one of the croissants, and I just eat the croissants just straight up. I love croissants. I love it. I love croissants. Oh my goodness. Where's the fruit and jam? I don't think it doesn't come with fruit and jam. This one looks like it comes with olives. Yeah, olives. Ooh. Banana peppers, I'm not a big fan of. There's different cheeses. These are like dates or something, right? I don't know what those are. I'm not seeing any jellies. No jellies for Hope. All right, let's see what President Trump was saying on Friday.
If they didn't cheat, they'd have no chance. They have horrible policy. Transgender for everyone.
It's not on the screen, is it?
The little thing about open borders so that the world's prison population and mental hospitals can be emptied into our country. It's just a crazy... Men playing in women's sports. Roger, are you a fan of men playing in women's sports? Only as a bettor. You'd like to bet.
Oh, it's two Mexican cops that shot him?
You're not a big fan, I don't think so. I don't want to get him in trouble, but I think he joins in 99% of... They say it's an 80-20 issue. I think it's maybe 99.
I know, I'm a novice.
99-1.
I'm a novice.
If they didn't cheat,
we know they cheat.
No chance. They have horrible policy.
And in fact, I got some news from today. Once we get to today's news, where it talks a little more about it. Reminder that Biden's Department of Justice arrested all these people in this video under the FACE Act for singing hymns outside of an abortion clinic. Ruh-roh. So all they did was have a sing-along in front of an abortion clinic, and they got arrested. I want you to believe that every military ballot was for Joe Biden. Well, I don't know what this was from, but here it is.
She ended up giving us 4 of these notes.
Oh, this is old, because everybody's wearing a mask.
Read, received November 4th, enter as November 2nd. These 3 ladies were entering these ballots in to the verified voter system. She also got my attention, turned around, tried to get me to see her laptop monitor, which I leaned in and saw, and she wanted me to see the signature on the screen was some huge
This is
circles
old,
like
by
that.
the way.
Signature on the ballot was little tiny vertical sticks. It wasn't even in the same solar system. Definitely different signatures. And this one lady that was trying to help us ended up being Jesse Jacobs, the whistleblower.
This is old.
Under the tabulators, I witnessed.
I don't know why they're bringing up
multiple
old shit.
times.
Wasting my time. So breaking news, the SAVE Act now has 49 guaranteed votes in the Senate to secure our election. Senator Mike Lee and 48 other Republicans. We need the final senators, and then we must nuke the zombie filibuster to make sure it passes. Because the zombie filibuster... Let's see. We'll talk about that in a second.
Well, I'm for that. I've co-sponsored the SAVE Act in the past. I think my understanding is that they are still modifying the bill. It includes right now a requirement that you be a citizen to register to vote, but it doesn't include a requirement that to vote you be a resident. So in other words, if you're going to have what we call voter ID or photo ID when somebody goes into the ballot box to vote, that's not currently covered in the bill. So that's being fixed and addressed, and I think the new bill that comes out hopefully will deal with that. But, I mean, at some point, we'll have that vote. I'm for it. I think most of our colleagues in the Senate are. And
I think we're all for it. Okay, let's look up zombie... ZOMBIE filibuster. Let's see exactly what they're calling the zombie filibuster. So zombie filibuster refers to the modern, often silent Senate procedural tactic where senators block legislation by simply threatening to filibuster rather than actually speaking on the floor, allowing the obstruction to rise from the dead to kill bills. This practice, unlike historic lengthy talking filibusters, requires 60 votes to overcome and creates a 60-vote threshold for most Senate businesses. It is procedural loop requiring 60 votes. So I think they're trying to get it to where you don't need 60 votes anymore. Isn't that what they're trying to do? I just think it should be a simple majority, right? 51 votes. And that'll be good for us because then, you know, the vice president comes in and he votes on our side. Good old J.D. Vance will do that for us. Okay, so here's a Pam Bondi. Even though a lot of people are all hating on Pam Bondi right now, the Democrats in the House are a bunch of liberal a-holes. And those damn same 4 Republicans that vote every time with the Dems need to be, yeah. They sure do.
Make no mistake, under President Trump's leadership and this administration, you have the right to worship freely and safely. And if I haven't been clear already, if you violate that sacred right, we are coming after you.
You know, I don't exactly trust Pam. I have lost a lot of faith in Pam Bondi now. I really have. It's just not that she's, you know, she says stuff, but it doesn't really happen. So here we go. Anti-ICE protesters blocked the entrance to the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis. Let's watch this. This is a different view of it.
It looks like a lady driving, maybe. Again, we're just driving behind. We're not impeding them. We're not trying to get in their way.
So these are liberals that are probably from Ice Watch or something, filming themselves following around cars.
We're not trying to stop them doing their job by any means. Like, all we're doing is recording so that if something happens, it's documented, and that if something happens, it doesn't escalate.
They're playing cat and mouse with federal agents. Let's see what they're doing.
You see that one? Not really. It looks so icy.
Their fellow spotters publish the locations of officers. And look, they're just saying they look icy. They look icy.
Named their co-pilot, and it sounded like that name. And they're claiming that we are domestic terrorists for filming them and simple things. So it's just...
She definitely looks like a liberal.
I don't even know what to say about it. It's just... It is stressful living here now, but it's stressful because of them being here. And so I stopped my merge and he started to swerve into us and I was like, whoa! So I sped up to...
like walking on the street with her bags.
Right? It's so stressful living here.
Also, it's pretty. Oh. And honestly, I don't mind when it's boring because that means that ICE didn't catch anybody today or harm anybody today, and families stayed together.
Like, who's paying? You know, these people can't be dry. You know, gas is expensive even in Minnesota, right? They're in Minneapolis. Let's see. Let's do Gas Buddy, and we'll look in Minneapolis. Let's see how much gas is. Find gas by city. This is Where's Minneapolis? See all Minnesota. Let's go to Minnesota. Where's Minneapolis? State counties. Well, actually, I'm wrong. It's like $2.17 a gallon. That's Cambridge, Baker, Brainerd. I want to see in Minneapolis. Show a map. So, okay, let's look in here in Minneapolis. Let's see what the stuff is here. Are they going to change for me? No. Oh, that's just the top 10. Let's go back to Minnesota. I don't want to see the top 10. New Ulm, what is this? $2.39, New Ulm, whatever. But it's still not cheap for driving around all day in their nice fancy cars. You have the same freedom to move around in the great countries of the next person. You don't like where you're at, move. But they don't. They think you're ruining their area when it's actually them ruining their area. Oh yeah, it's President Trump messing with ABC.
Administration and the IRS. Why are you suing?
Who are you with?
I'm with ABC News.
You're a loud person. Very loud. Let somebody else have a chance.
Can you answer the question? Why are you suing IRS?
ABC fake news.
You're suing.
Go ahead. I didn't call on you. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Administration and the IRS. Why are you suing?
I love how he fucks with the ABCs and the CBSs and stuff. They're zeroing in on elections, so they're trying to find out who. Let's see who's funding it.
Pretty much, we're getting very close to it, but we know pretty much who's funding this stuff. These are paid insurrectionists, paid troublemakers. But I was elected by a landslide. I won every swing state. I won the popular vote by a lot. I won everything. And I was elected by a landslide on law and order and on strong borders. We had a border that was so bad, so open, where 25 million people came in over a period of 4 years, and now nobody comes in. Nobody even tries to come in. And I can only say, I think we'll say it very plainly, elections have consequences. Pretty much.
Elections do have consequences. Don Lemon and the church take over. The DOJ indictment alleges the group organized ahead of time, showed up during Sunday worship, which both they had talked about, surrounded the pastor, which they did, blocked movement inside the church, which they did, and left families fleeing with children crying, which they did. Prosecutors say it was coordinated operation and promoted online and executed in waves. So, and Don Lemon is trying to say, yeah, but I wasn't part of it. I didn't know what was happening. I just filmed it, which is total bullshit. So get this. The Michigan Democrat Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson has facilitated voter fraud, refusing to clean ineligible voters from the rolls. They are also hiding the voter rolls from the President Trump's DOJ. Listen to what this woman says.
The biggest danger at the election is Jocelyn Benson doesn't ask for permission. She asks for forgiveness. What we can do about it is get a new Secretary of State. Jocelyn Benson has not cared about the voter rolls one iota, and that's why Jocelyn Benson can never be governor. Your driver's license in the state of Michigan is your registered address to become a registered voter. What Secretary Benson has done over the years, it used to be you had to check a box that I would like to register to vote. She has turned everything into an opt-out. Maintenance of the voter rolls are the responsibility of our local clerks. What we need to make sure is that A, we only have eligible people on our voter rolls. B, that we're actually purging the voter rolls. The biggest danger at the election.
So what she's saying about the option to vote, what she's saying is this. In Michigan, when you go to get your driver's license, you're automatically registered to vote. You have to tell them, I don't want to register to vote in order to not register to vote. They're forcing it upon you. And they're giving a driver's license to illegal aliens. And another one of these ones that get taken down. Maybe. What did I just do? Copy. Shoot. Gosh darn it. Hold on one second. I got to do this now. I hit a wrong button. Control C, Control paste. I used to just have these all lined up, but it didn't work. Come on. What the heck? Okay, well, let me do something here. Control paste. Let me see what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, let me do this instead. There we go. We figured it out. Democrat Dan Goldman from New York just filed to ban the Trump administration and the Department of Justice from investigating voter fraud nationwide. Why would he want to ban voter fraud investigating? They're panicking right now. The Fulton County, Georgia raid really got to him. This is an admission of guilt. I believe so. Sneaky Pete says it is because he filmed himself in a parking lot that morning, organizing with the protesters, and said that the leader of the group messaged him in the morning and told him what the plan was. At that point, you're not a reporter, you're a participant, right? Exactly. Zachary. And we got some more stuff coming up on that too. This is still Friday's news, so I'm still way behind. Breaking news, Florida driver's license tests will now be in English only, effective February 6th. This is great. Because, they keep talking about, the truck drivers, that they should all be able to speak English because they're driving these massive trucks that can kill people. Well, cars can kill people too. I think you go to California, every license questionnaire is in every different language that you can imagine. It's bullshit. Okay, so FBI report citing a confidential human source released in the final batch of Epstein files claims President Trump has been compromised by Israel. And I don't understand what this is. I don't know what they're talking about here. And you can't even make it bigger, can you? CHS believed Dershowitz was co-opted by Mossad, subscribed to their mission. And here it says, advised that the real collusion story, Trump has been compromised by Israel, and Kushner is the real brains behind the organization and his presidency. And once again, this... Just because, I don't trust the FBI, what they're getting. I really don't. Do you guys trust the FBI or anybody anymore? I don't. And not only that, this is from Epstein. They were talking about it on the radio today. Epstein, his whole goal was to make sure President Trump couldn't become president. They were friends, and then they became enemies, basically. And Epstein knew that if President Trump became in the office, a lot of the people that he was holding, something over their head would be in trouble. Right? So Epstein was, a lot of the stuff in the Epstein files could be doing it just to get President Trump in trouble, right? Buried in one DOJ PDF is an old email chain between Epstein and Kathy Ruemmler, an ex-Obama White House lawyer now at Goldman Sachs. They were just venting about Trump. She calls him gross and stupid, and Epstein says he knows how dirty Donald is, meaning business drama, not sex stuff. There are no underage claims, no new witnesses, nothing about tampering or cover-up. It's basically elite gossip from 2015 to 2018. There are zero new accusations against President Trump. So that's good. That's good. That's good news. Breaking 12-page indictment against Don Lemon released in church. He conspired and agreed with one another to injure, oppress, threaten, and intimidate multiple persons, including the clergy, the staff, and congregates of the city's church, in the free exercise and enjoyment of the rights and privileges secured to them by the laws of the United States. And because of such persons having exercised such right, namely exercise of the First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of religious worship as secured by Title 18 United States Code Section 248C, all in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 241, conspiracy against. So I don't think Don Lemon's in a lot of trouble. I think he's in a lot of trouble. Now, will anything happen of it? That's the question to see. You know, are they really gonna? They arrested him, but we didn't see a perp walk. We didn't get to see anything. Right? We haven't seen when he got arrested. None of that stuff. You know, normally they have that video right away. So Gavin Newsom just admitted in front of millions there is huge fraud in California. Well, let's see what he says.
Look, Dr. Oz. Might have well be living in Oz when he went down attacking the Armenian community just a few days ago. A business that's down now 30%. Poor guy, small businessman, running a bakery because he decided to do a little TikTok video or something, saying they're somehow connected to the mob around hospice. Well, hospice, we've been after that for years and years before Oz was even on the scene. 2021, we did a moratorium on new hospice program. 280 we shuttered. We've been after this for years and years and years. We want an open hand, not a closed fist. That's what they try and say, Sneaky Pete. We absolutely are here to be a partner to go after waste, fraud, and abuse. I started something called ODI, Office Digital Innovation. I did not, my mistake, do it with a chainsaw.
Here's the problem. He's part of the fraud. So you got him looking into his self. Of course he's not going to find anything. Man, the charcuterie board is really going. So now this is the funny part. Epstein files show Bill Gates asking Epstein for antibiotics to give to his wife Belinda because he contracted an STD from Russian girls. And once again, who knows how much of this is real? So it says, Dear Bill, I cannot believe that you have chosen to disregard our friendship developed over the last 6 years. I am aware that accident happened. It is how each of us have chosen to deal with this unfortunate event, and that has me dismayed beyond comprehension. So this is Epstein to wait a minute, where? It's from Epstein to Epstein. You have decided to discharge me from my job. Had Larry, your personal, tell me that I engaged in morally inappropriate behavior, asked me to be the major actor in a cover-up so that you can mainstream. This is weird. Why would he email himself? Asked me to be a major actor in a cover-up so that you can maintain a reputation that you've worked so hard to achieve. Asked me to recommit to a confidentiality agreement, and have categorically told me that we cannot have any direct ongoing business relationship, in total disregard for its impact on public perception of my reputation. I will have to diligently avoid the truth, tell people that Bill will not invest with me, and craft an answer that suits your needs. But you did agree to send you a letter of recommendation should a future employer ask for one. You have told me that Melinda insists on me not communicating with you unless Larry is copied or present. Though you have consistently maintained that I could not have done a better job and that I was underpaid compared to my contribution. You then beyond all sense of fairness and frankly decency, said that as generous compensation for keeping the Gates reputation intact, you would let me keep what we agreed I had already owned, the investment pieces, and give me 2 years severance, similar to Christine Turner, another casualty. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would have said, well, you know, there's a bunch of other stuff. So now it says, to add insult to injury, you then beg me to please delete the emails regarding your STD, your request that I provide you antibiotics that you can serendipitously give to Melinda, and a description of your penis. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to so-and-so, as that another topic was relaying between the two of us. But it's weird, though. It's sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Jeffrey Epstein. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would he email himself that? It says it's to Bill, but it wasn't sent to Bill. So now an activist judge permanently overturns President Trump's requirement of proof of citizenship to vote in national elections. Why would this even be a problem? You have to be an American citizen to vote. Why can we not ask for, unless they're doing something wrong, which they totally are. They're having illegal aliens vote. They're having dead people vote. They're having military people vote that aren't even being voted on. Okay, here's the bad stuff coming now with Don Lemon. What's up, Lauren? What's up, Lauren? How's it going? So breaking news, Don Lemon has been released without bail following his hearing in LA. Expect some sort of low IQ, pre-scripted statements to come. And I'm pretty sure they do. We'll see. This is still Friday's news. I'm still catching up, guys, from the weekend. Because I spent all weekend trying to put together my track racing system, which didn't work out so well so far. So the U.S. Senate rejects Senator Bernie Sanders' amendment to rescind $75 billion in ICE funding that was passed in President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, and instead would have been directed it to restore spending cuts. Do not touch ICE, says the GOP. It's about time the GOP agreed on something and actually stuck up for something. Don Lemon is cooked. I don't know, because he's going to get some liberal judge that's going to let him go. He's going to get some liberal judge. And so here he is after he got out of jail.
I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news.
Yeah, you've never gone into a church like that before, sir.
The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them. I don't know, Lauren.
Have you seen anybody arrested yet? Have we seen anybody arrested yet? I don't see it. So on Friday, LAPD are now on tactical alert as anti-ICE leftists lay violent siege to federal buildings in LA. This is what was going on in LA. This is their peaceful protest. I totally get that, Lauren, but I'm afraid that nothing's going to happen to him. He's a liberal. Liberals get away with everything because Republicans are too much of pussies to press it. That or there's dirt on Republicans that the Democrats have. Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. Being arrested and actually going to jail and stuff is a whole different thing. What's up, Gavin? Who's a pussy? All the Republicans in office. They won't arrest anybody. They're not, even if they do arrest somebody, they let them out of jail and they don't do anything afterwards. Yeah, this is their peaceful protest in LA on Friday. Or maybe I'm on Saturday by now, I don't know. All right, breaking news. Even CNN is admitting the riots in LA outside the federal building are now out of control. Let's see this.
You can see an officer back there. He's alone, and they're just throwing things at him. I mean, it's just pretty incredible that these protesters have overtaken this, and there's no police. I don't see anybody here to kind of manage this crowd. So like I was saying, this is at the tail end of a very long day. Looks like they're cheering because they were able to push that officer back inside. Okay, and now
No, Boris isn't in here. Gavin is here, and he's in a Rumble where everybody should be, where I get credit for you guys watching, because YouTube won't pay me for ad commercials or anything because I'm kicked off of YouTube. So they're YouTuber jerks, and everybody's in YouTube land. Gavin says, just trying to enjoy it while it lasts, huh? All right. Insurrection. ICE Watch activists have targeted a federal building and LA Democrat politicians providing intelligence cover and support. Look at this. Yeah, I appreciate it if you guys can go to Rumble because I have to get so many watch hours, and if I don't get the watch hours, then I'm out of the special program. So I need so many watch hours every month. Thank you, Stinky Pete. I appreciate it. So real quick, so every month this is what I have to do, and I get about $200 a month if I do this. I have to stream at least 30 hours through Rumble Studio, which is what I'm doing right now. I have to get 20 different unique chatters, a Rumble Premium exclusive hours. So I have to stream 5 hours worth of only premium content to Rumble. And see, here's what it is right here. I have to get 200 watch hours every month. And I have to raid 5 different channels, or 5 channels at least this month. So I have to get 30 hours of streaming time. I have to get 20 different people to chat in Rumble. I have to get 5 hours of Rumble Premium hours streamed, which means only premium members can watch. And I have to get 200 watch hours, and I get $200 a month for this. If I don't get the 200 hours of watch time, then I don't get the $200, right? So that's why I try and get people to come watch over in Rumble, because I'm part of this program, and at least I make $200. That pays for my internet and, something. So what's up, Palms? What's up, Palms? Thank you, Lauren, for coming over too. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. All right, what's next on the list? What else do I got next on the list? And once again, guys, I didn't stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I was doing other stuff, like trying to put together my new racing system. So some of this news is still from the weekend. We're getting caught up, though. All right, this is Hakeem Jeffries has now admitted he's refusing to pass a law ensuring that only citizens can vote. How can they do this? Why is it such a problem to ensure that only American citizens vote if there's no illegal voting, right? It doesn't sound that hard. Yeah, well, it is hard. Yeah, it is hard because when people are on Rumble or on YouTube mostly, that's where I lose it.
Leader Jeffries, what do you make of Anna Paulina Luna talking about attaching the SAVE Act to the DHS funding bill when it comes back to the House with the amendments made for DHS?
That's not happening. The reality is, what's in front of us right now is that ICE needs to be dramatically and totally reformed. Big changes are needed, that are bold and transformative, period, full stop.
So do you support the SAVE Act, SAVE Act voter ID for elections? Do you support that?
We support dramatic changes to the manner in which DHS has been conducting itself. Taxpayer dollars should not be used to kill and brutalize American people and to violently target law-abiding immigrants. It's not a controversial position. It's the position that the overwhelming majority of the American people hold, including apparently now the NRA.
What about the FBI raid in Fulton County? Are you concerned any fraud's going to be uncovered there?
There you go, Sneaky Pete. So here's what my racing system is. It's a simulator. This is the second part. I got most of it put together. So basically what it is this. It's this whole entire thing right here. So this is where my monitor is connected. This is where my wheel hub goes, but they didn't send me the right screws, so I had to order some new ones, which came in today. This is where my seat goes, but unfortunately the seat doesn't match up with the holes on here, so I got to drill holes in this to fit the seat, and my racing pedals go here. So it's a cockpit. You just sit there and you get to drive and race your cars. So, like eventually, you'll see. See like this right here. This is my racing wheel hub, right? That I was trying to get on there. There's my racing seat that I was putting together. And then see, this is the stand right here. This is the stand for my monitor to go on. So this is what I'm talking about, my racing system. And so yeah. Hold on, let me see something. Maybe I guess let me see if I can turn it enough around so you can see it. There we go. But you can't see that, can you? Nope. Okay, hold on. And it's right behind me. So you see it right there? You can see it right there. It's almost all the way put together, except for a couple parts, which I will get put in probably. So tomorrow I got to drive to San Jose for a funeral. So hopefully I'm going to get it finished. Hopefully I'll get it finished by Thursday. You think mounting it up top is going to be too high for me? Which one are you talking about? Which piece are you talking about, Sneaky Pete? The hub or the monitor? Talking about the hub or the monitor? But anyways, yeah, that's my racing system that I'm putting together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. My hub? I don't know. We'll test it out. All right, so even Jay-Z, after the recent release of the Epstein files, Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina Knowles, is trying to save face with virtual signaling, and she unfollowed him on Instagram. She unfollowed him on Instagram. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. Because they know what he's doing. They know what he's doing. He's messing with kids. Ah, son of a bitch. I hit the wrong thing again. All right, left-wing activists disrupted an event. So this happened a second time with Democrat Representative Tom Suzy at a Jewish temple in New York over his vote in favor of a bill that increased ICE funding.
You're gonna touch me, Alex Preddy, Renee Joy, Keith Porter, Parody Law. These people were killed by ICE this month. Are you're gonna throw me out? These people, 9 people were killed by ICE this month, and you're throwing me out while I'm reading their names? How dare you?
Thank you. Did he just say 9 people were killed by ICE? Where's that number coming from? Probably because he creeped on her daughter when she was she that young when they started dating? He mounted his under. Interesting, Sneaky Pete. I was doing the side mount. I'm working on the side mount. We'll see. We'll see, definitely. I'll look at it for sure. So it says, breaking news, President Trump just ordered ICE and Border Patrol to be very forceful in the protection of all federal buildings being attacked by insurrectionists. Right here. What day was this? It doesn't say. So it says, I have instructed Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem that under no circumstances are we going to participate in various poorly run Democrat cities with regard to their protests and or riots, unless and until they ask us for help. We will, however, guard, and very powerfully so, any and all federal buildings that are being attacked by these highly paid lunatic agitators and insurrectionists. Please be aware that I have instructed ICE and or Border Patrol to be very forceful in the protection of federal government property. I haven't seen it yet, though, because they were counting all their pronouns. Ah, maybe that's why the mount for the hub actually drops down. Okay, cool. I know there's all kinds of ways you can move it around for the hub. I know there is. It's got tons of different things. So this was sad. I know we're on Saturday now because this happened Saturday. Customers are furious as Psycho leftist stage a sit-in at a Target. Now, first off, why are you having a sit-in at Target for ICE? What does Target have to do with ICE? Why are you stopping people from shopping at Target because you want to protest ICE? I never got this.
Tell them we don't want them here.
Ooh, Krispy Kreme. They were using the bathroom at Target. I agree, Sneaky Pete, yes. It sounds like this guy wrote the stuff and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna sing it first and you can sing it to me. They want Target to bow down. They want Target to bow down again like they did for BLM. Oh, you guys can't see the video? Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Sorry. I'll start it over.
Tell them we don't want them here.
I don't know about the whole Target, but they took a big piece of it.
We won't back down. We're in it in this till the end. We're in it.
What a joke.
We shall not be moved. Ice out of our state. We shall not be moved. I love y'all so bad.
You know, like 2 weeks ago, they went and bought all the salt they could at Target, and each person bought one box of salt or bag, and then they all returned it. They all returned it.
That's the whole world standing with us. It's all over my social media at all times. Good. Like, you guys have literally taken over the whole thing. We have Paris standing with us. We have Utah. Utah have famously been a red state for how long now?
They're crazy,
They're
Palm.
fed up with the bullshit too.
Shine till Target sees the light.
Is that what happened, Sticky Pete? Right, Paul? Oh, and it's a redhead. Oh, she's pregnant. Son of a bitch. We're going to have another liberal coming into our country. My question is, why would you go and... I mean, you can totally tell how unorganized this is. It's like not even organized. You notice the other thing I see? They're all white. Oh, did you? They're all white. Well, thank you, Palms.
To call for ICE to leave Minnesota.
It felt like a cult. It looks like a cult. Give him some juice.
Congress to defund ICE so that this doesn't happen to any other community in America.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And for Target to become a Fourth Amendment business, that is to say, to post publicly that any law enforcement that it wants to come into their store needs to
I agree,
have
Sneaky
a
Pete.
judicial signed warrant.
Yes. That's for employees and customers.
That's right. To protect employees, protect customers.
Yes.
We have made this clear to Target in multiple ways, and Target Corporate continues to refuse to act.
No moral fiber.
All white liberals, yep.
fiber.
No moral fiber.
Is this a dude or a
so
chick?
That's why we're here today, because Target has said that they cannot remove.
Hey, by the way, Sneaky Pete, I forget. I know you watch the Big Brother like I do and stuff, but do you watch Survivor as well? Because I'm watching Survivor 49, and they got this dude on there, and I'll be looking down and like, oh, there's some woman talking, so I look up to see what woman's talking, and it's this gay dude. He sounds just like a woman.
ICE agents from their parking lots and from their stores because it is public space?
No.
We have just heard from the store manager and from Crystal.
Could you imagine trying to go shopping in Target and you got these lunatics in there?
Lift up your eyes. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Don't you despair.
Gotcha.
Look up ahead. Look up ahead. The path is there. The path is there. You gotta put one foot in front.
That douchey belongs on aisle 9. That's a good one, Sneaky, or Gavin. That's a good one. Yeah, you know, I still watch it. I don't know. I ran out of stuff to watch. And I was like, let's watch it. And so I watched it again. It's very liberal. And you know, I was thinking, I want to find out if it, like, because Sneaky Pete's been wanting me to apply for Big Brother for a long time, right? My question is this: do they tell you they decided not to go with you? Because I could sue them and saying, well, you guys aren't letting me on the show because I'm conservative, right? Jeremiah, I think it's Ing. Jeremiah Ing. Let's see, Jeremiah Survivor. Tell me this person doesn't sound like a girl, a woman. I like when you hear their voice, I'm like, oh my god, it's a woman.
My spirit animal are panda bears. They're big and they're fluffy, but they have really sharp teeth and claws, and you would never expect that.
Doesn't that sound like a woman?
I come from Windsor, Ontario. It's a very blue-collar city with GM, Chrysler, and Ford plants. And there weren't a lot of gay kids. There weren't a lot of...
Doesn't that sound like a girl? I swear to God, it sounds like a woman. I was like, holy shit, there's a woman on the show. You know, because you know me, I'm a guy. I'll be doing so. So normally when I watch TV, I'm searching through my X, right, so I can find posts for this show, and I'll be searching through X, and I'll be like, oh, it's a woman, and I gotta look because I gotta see if it's a hot woman or not, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Happens all the time to me. It sucks. So this is more than so this is leftist rioters has stormed Trump Tower in New York City.
Now's the time from Minnesota to...
Okay, I gotta fuck with Digga, because doesn't she kind of look like Digga? She kind of looks like Digga. We gotta fuck with Digga.
Palestine.
She's gonna kick my ass.
Strike. Now's the time.
You're not allowed to be here.
And this administration, so that all of us remember what is being done by Donald Trump, ICE, and this regime. Have to die. Team Swan.
Like, see, they're showing all these pictures of people died in ICE custody. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Yeah, Goofy, Target is dumb as fuck for letting this happen in their stores. once again, they're all white. All white liberals. And they're saying they died in ICE custody. What if they had a heart attack or something, you know? You know what I mean? Goofy is... Where are you, Goofy? Hold on. Goofy, you're in YouTube. What the hell are you doing over there? You're supposed to be in Rumble, chick. Let's start with the Trump Tower invaders and see if that's enough. And I thank you for your service, sir, but you're a dumbass. Okay, I'm done with these assholes. How many more have to die? Liberal white boomers are now out in full force taking Minnesota. So this is a different Target store, I think, isn't it? Or is it the same one? Low IQ, definitely. White liberals. Man, the charcuterie board really has me going. So now this is Portland ICE facility. Oh, it's the same one? Isn't this old, or is this just the same chick that wants to... This is old, isn't it?
So did Dr. Phil.
This is old.
Oh.
Yeah, this is old.
They're going to end up in jail.
Yeah, that's an old clip, I think. You know, these fuckers put up old clips like they're new. What's this one? Utah Governor Spencer Cox just signed a law to add 2 conservative judges to the state Supreme Court, which can soon overturn the single Democrat congressional seat for the 2026 midterms. Yes, Republicans must fight to win. Abolish the blue seat. Utah is red. Good for them. No, I think that's an old video, Sneaky Pete. I think that's an old video, to be honest with you. You know, people just post stuff sometimes, and we just, you know. So millions of Californians are furious after the Democrat officials plan a tax on miles driven. So, yeah, we have a new tax that they're trying to get through. I don't know. They may have even voted on it already. It's a mileage tax. So we have to pay our gas taxes at the pump. We have to pay our registration fees every year at the DMV. And then now they want to do a 6 to 9 cent per mile tax. 6 cents to 9 cents per mile tax on all cars, on top of what we're already paying. I haven't heard anything about the California redistricting case yet, Sneaky Pete. I mean, Gavin.
So the people here protesting against ICE have absolutely no idea that their rights were completely violated yesterday by the California state legislature. In the assembly, the Democrats, by a simple majority vote, voted to advance a potential per mile tax. Yeah, that's not a conspiracy theory. That's not a rumor. They just tasked a California Transportation Commission to come up with recommendations by 2027 to be able to implement a per mile tax that would charge you 2 to 9 cents for every single mile that you drive. And you know why that's insane? Because we're talking about families of 2 or maybe even 3 paying an extra of $1,200 to $4,200 every single year just to drive, depending on how that estimation ends up coming out. So you are going to be punished by the government for needing to fulfill work and familial obligations. Add on top of that the fact that the U.S. House decided that cars that are made past 2026 should continue to have kill switches in them. This was a decision that was made by the Biden administration, and it really irritates me. It should irritate the American people. Because imagine if in a state like California, they sent you your quarterly or your monthly billing for the per mile tax, and you refuse to pay it. Then they're gonna what? Kill switch your car? Oh yeah, no. You're not paying your per mile tax. Uncle Sam didn't get his money. Now you don't get to drive. The worst part of all that is
want in
we're
one
supposed
hand
to
and
trust
shit in
them
the
with
other,
our
AC.
money. I mean, a report just came out that we threw $236 million or something at a homelessness program that was run by, Newsom, trying to get people who were going in between the streets and crime off the streets permanently and not into crime and, a stable living, a stable life. And we only helped 22 people out of that. Are you kidding me? That is absolutely ludicrous. You're telling me we spent somewhere between 11 and 12 million just on each of those people?
So this kid's actually from the Central Valley. I met him quite a few years ago. He's a pretty good kid. Hold on. Let me do this. I did it twice. Sometimes I post stuff twice. I just posted it on my notes now and copy it from there. All right, the SAVE Act has been upgraded to include both voter ID and citizenship to vote nationwide. Let's see if it passes.
Well, we're working with the White House and the Speaker on the best.
Oh, come on, play.
But look, the SAVE Act is a great bill, and you just noted, Mike and I updated our SAVE Act, which focuses on citizenship.
Oh, probably
we
not,
added the voter
Palms.
ID, to your point. That's now the Save America Act, and it's a great bill, and we want to move that bill over to the Senate and then force the Senate to act. I want Democrats to have to
That's
explain
another good one,
why they
Sticky
want
Pete.
non-citizens to vote in our elections, and they don't want common sense voter ID in federal elections. So we'll see if that becomes a part of the appropriations fight. We certainly believe it ought to move forward, and we certainly believe we ought to stand with ICE. So we're trying to be responsible, do our job, and follow the bipartisan agreements. And by the way, Tom Homan's doing a great job on the ground, restoring some, cooling things and calming things down. But we're not backing away. The president's not backing away. We have a job to do. We need to do it the right way. And we're not going to let these radical Antifa Marxists undermine security and safety for Americans.
You've been doing it so far. Goofy says, how many died on their way to the U.S. at the hands of a cartel? Where is that chant? Sorry, few men's behind making... Oh, okay. Yeah, they, it's not going to happen, Goofy. They don't, they don't... They have nothing on... They have nothing on the cartels. The liberal news won't talk about it. So it says, this sob story is being pushed by CNN is pathetic. Let's see what they're saying.
52 years old. This morning, I'm thinking about Victor Acurio Suarez. He's 52 years old. He's developmentally disabled. Victor's described as childlike and unable to live on his own. Victor needs his brother to take...
Don't you love how they used a picture of him on a mobility scooter when he's not disabled? He's mentally disabled, not mobility scooter disabled.
...care of him, but his brother cannot. Victor was detained by ICE back in September. ICE was not targeting him. His family says Victor was in a home improvement store parking lot. He wanted to find a job, so he flagged down someone he thought could help. It was an ICE officer. The family fears that if he's sent back to Ecuador, Victor could be hurt or killed by gangs there. And despite...
And look, they put growing call for release of disabled immigrant. He's disabled, but yet he was looking for work. And that's why they put this picture of him on the mobility scooter. He's not handicapped. He's a retard.
Job, so he flagged down someone he thought could help. It was an ICE officer. The family fears...
And I don't mean mentally disabled retard. I mean he's a retard for being stupid to flag down ICE to ask for work.
...is that if he's sent back to Ecuador, Victor could be hurt or killed by gangs there. And despite that fear and his disability, a federal judge last week ordered him back to Ecuador. Congresswoman Sarah McBride represents Delaware, and this week she called for ICE to release Victor and for him to be granted asylum. In a rare move, the governor of the state is personally advocating for his release. The governor wrote a letter to the court directly. This morning...
Oh, that's crazy. I remember there was a foreign exchange student from China one of my buddies had at his house. And she'd walk around with her English to Chinese dictionary. And we'd be looking up words. We're like, look up fuck. Look up shit. Look up, because we were like 9 years old. So President Donald J. Trump has directed Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem that federal forces will not intervene in protest or riots in Democrat-run cities. But we read this already. But he did say if they fuck with the ICE building or federal buildings, though, we will step in full force. Which I don't think we've seen yet this weekend, because I checked out Portland for a good minute or two, and they were there full-fledged and trying to fuck with ICE up there. So I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen ICE finally standing up and taking care of rioters? So this is in Minnesota. I think this was either Saturday or Sunday. Minneapolis man gets vocally frustrated with leftist activists playing traffic cop and blocking him from going to work.
I know, and it's nothing to do with your work or you personally. It's just a safety issue. We don't let cars through once we have a big crowd like this. I'm sorry about the inconvenience.
Right there and let me go that way. I'm not trying to go that way. I'm going that way.
You can go that way on 3032. Is it in between here? You gotta go.
How is this even being allowed to happen?
Why am I about to go all the way around?
What's up, Andy?
If y'all staying where I can't go that way.
How are they letting this happen?
I'm going that way.
You want to turn left?
Yeah, listen.
Right,
I'm trying to turn right.
Let's let him.
All right. I'll get behind the truck so no one else tries.
Let's let him do this. Who the fuck are you guys to say let's let this guy go to work? What the fuck?
Another frustrated neighbor, just tired of the activists blocking the streets here in Minneapolis.
What a joke.
This is not going to be ending anything.
You know, and that's against the law to be doing that in traffic, right? To be controlling traffic unless you're a police officer. I don't know, Andy. I didn't watch all day long. Okay, so this stuff is from today now, I think. So Emily Austin, I don't know who she is, but she was at the
I'm gonna tell the viewers
Grammy Awards last night. And so she went viral for defying ICE outstanding ovation at the Grammys. Reveals many people approached her that supported ICE.
one thing, it is all fake.
Listen to this.
Fake standing ovation, I want to tell the viewers one thing, it is all fake. If I tell you how many folks approached me at the Grammys, looked around and then whispered in my ear, "You're so brave, we agree with you." If only they would speak up, and then we'd feel like we're less of a minority. But we're not a minority. Because we had an election, Donald Trump won that election. He campaigned on shutting the border. He campaigned on deporting illegal immigrants, as did every prior president. So it's all performative and it's fake, and we can't take it seriously.
Oh, Emily.
The fake standing ovation.
So yeah, a lot of people at the Grammys last night said "fuck ICE," this and that, you know. So it says, here's federal agents are charging at leftist agitators and making arrests at the LA Federal Building. It's about fucking time. Oh, they arrested a blue-haired chick. Or is that her jacket? Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. It's funny how they all run away like cockroaches, don't they? It's like a bunch of cockroaches just running away. Just running away. Apparently Nick Shirley is now in California. Let's see what's going on with this.
After what's been exposed with the daycares in Minnesota. I'm a licensed private investigator in California. I started looking into state records and I found ghost daycares. These are places where the state inspectors showed up. There would be 28 kids enrolled and there were no kids there in the middle of the day and in the middle of the week.
All right, so a ghost daycare. Is that something Gavin Newsom could say, all right, you know, we'll try to shut that down? Does he cooperate when you start raising this?
No, in fact, today it got word from the governor's office, there's been a directive to actually shut down public access. So right now, you can't even search the own state website to look into these ghost daycares, but I have found a workaround.
Okay, well, we don't want to tell the governor that you found a workaround, so, but it does sound like he's trying to cover his tracks, like this is a cover-up.
We're talking about billions of dollars in California. Today in New York, Kathy Hochul, she said she wants to increase child care subsidies to $4.5 billion. We're talking about the same amount in California, if not even more.
Oh, I'd say it's a lot more in California because daycares cost a whole lot more money in daycare. I mean, in California than they do other places. Wouldn't you think? That's what I would think. Why are we subsidizing daycares anyways? That's what I want to know. That's what, you know, I don't think we should be subsidizing that shit at all. Oh, Maxine Waters, look at this bitch. Let's see what she says.
Representative, what is your message to the people here today?
Stay on the street. Stay on the street.
They're on federal property right now. What would you?
Stay on the street. Stay on.
What's your message to ICE agents?
ICE agents, we don't want you in Los Angeles. And we thought you had sense enough with the president to start getting out of Minneapolis. But I guess you have no sense. And you don't understand the power of the people. We are not going away. We don't want you in any of our cities in this country, and we're going to fight you every inch of the way.
There you go.
What's your message to Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, you are absolutely the most outrageous, the most terrible, the most deplorable human being that I've ever met. You have no compassion for anybody. You have targeted this immigration, this migration, and you want to make MAGA people believe that you're all powerful and that you're going to see to it that they get these people of color.
Creature for the black lagoon.
They're attacking everybody, Americans too. You see what they're doing up in Minneapolis. And so, Donald Trump, we are going to make sure we're going to beat you.
We're gonna beat you. You know, so I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I feel bad for these illegal aliens, you know, getting sent back and shit, right? But they broke the law. They came here illegally. And the United States, we're already $38 trillion in debt. What makes you think we can afford to house and support every single person that's in need? We can't. We just can't. So, do we have to kick out a lot of illegal aliens? Yes, we do, because we need to support us first. What the Democrats are doing is, you know, you're sitting there, you're working 3 jobs to pay your bills. Your wife is working 2 jobs to pay the bills, and you're barely getting by. You can barely afford to get food on the table for your kids. And yet she wants you to say, "Oh, well, here's 2 Here's 2 illegal aliens. You should take care of them too." Because, you know, they need help, so it's only right that you help them instead of helping your kids out. Yeah, AC, they definitely want this country to go bankrupt. You're right. Because they make money no matter what. They don't care. They're the dictators. They are the dictators in this situation. Just insane. All right, let's see. A reported ICE agent was allegedly ambushed and assaulted by protesters at a Minneapolis Mexican restaurant. So this guy's he's an ICE agent. He's trying to have a nice little meal, and ICE agitators come up and fuck with him while he's trying to eat. Eddie, their goal is a communist dictatorship, and the illegals voting is the key way to get there. Good point. Ask her how many does she have living with her family? Probably none.
You fucking think you're nothing more! Fuck off! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Fucking home! Go fucking home! You fucking asses! Get the fuck out of our neighborhood! Get the fuck out of our neighborhood! Get the fuck out of our neighborhood! Fuck you!
Did anybody here? Can you imagine people from the 50s and 60s coming up here into the, you know, they had time travel and they just showed up? Could you imagine what they must be thinking if they see this? You know what I mean? Let them burn their city down, says Goofy. You know, then, yeah, but the problem is they take our money and use it to give to these people. That was a video of the ICE agents coming out of a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, Gavin says, I saw one of those the singers last night that said, we're on stolen land, and many took it as she was inviting everyone to live in her $14 million Malibu. If only. None of them have illegal aliens living at their house unless it's their lawn, their cook, their maid, you know, their gardener, something like that. ICE protesters caught jumping on a bus, so they're being bussed in. Is what they're showing here.
This is the bus coming to pick everybody up that they dropped off here to make it look like there's tons of people here. When in actuality, they're busting them in from other cities. See? Look, watch this. See? All these people are not from Massachusetts.
You should ask them where they're from.
See?
So, hold. You know her? She's one of the people from.
Oh, look, they're protesting at a Target.
Which one?
The one with the yellow hat, the lady. With the,
oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. These are all the paid people.
All white people.
These are all the paid people here that get paid to work here. See them all? These are all the paid
They say they know who they are, Gavin, but we haven't heard anything about it yet.
All of them, see? Get their faces. Get their faces. Get their faces. So we know, we want to get their faces so we know who they are when we know Kings comes. All paid, every one of them, all paid. You see? See?
So I used to run, you know, from Madera to San Francisco. It's about a 3-hour drive. We would rent one of these buses, and we go to a Dodgers Giants game. Every year I'd rent one of these buses. And the charity price to me, because we were a charity, was $1,600. And that the last time I did that was like 2015. So $1,500 in 2015. What? That's probably like $3,000 to rent this bus. Who's paying the $3,000 if not more to rent this fucking bus, right?
They're from Worcester.
Yeah. Worcester.
They came from Worcester.
That's what I was like.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming from Worcester.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for supporting us in Boston.
Worcester's here for coming into Boston. We got Worcester here.
How far is it from Worcester to Boston?
Came to visit in Boston from the west.
Okay, let's see. Boston to Worcester. Let's see how far it is. Oh, it's only an hour away. That's not too bad. But still, somebody's paying for it to go there, right? Who's paying for it? So Mike Lee says, any white person who does a public stolen land acknowledgement should immediately give his or her land to Native American. Otherwise, they don't mean it.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Oh, come on. Play the fucking video.
And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter. And I say sorry.
Yeah, she just said fuck ICE is what she said. And everybody cheered for her. So New York Governor Kathy Hochul is immediately moving to block local police from helping ICE round up illegals. What a fucking joke, New York.
You're not using our local police. I need them to protect the communities and not have this distrust. And this is what we're hearing, that people are not distinguishing between local police. And we try so hard here to have a positive relationship with our communities of trust. And I want my police going after the murderers, the rapists, the gun traffickers, being available for emergencies. And if they're off, they're being deputized by ICE under these agreements that just a few of our counties are doing. They're being distracted, and I do not want that, and I'm not going to be supporting that, and we're going to change the law in the state of New York. You're not using...
Shut the fuck up. I'm praying. I'm telling you guys, I am now praying for a civil war. I'm praying for a civil war. We need it, I think. I think it's civil war or else we're just going to become a third world country. What's up, Gra? But the girl lives in a $16 million house on a stolen land. Yep. Sneaky Pete says, one dumbass Indian sold all their land to white men for pennies on the dollar. Look up Indian Springs, Georgia, where the deal... Is that where the deal took place? Was Indian Springs, Georgia? Interesting. Interesting. So these women, listen to... These women were at the Grammys and watch what they did.
Standing ovation for ICE out. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down. You should all be ashamed of yourself. We love America. I love our law enforcement.
She's cute. She's cute. But she's a patriot. Exactly, Goofy. It's a good thing. So apparently now, I'm guessing, I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this shit show last night. Trevor Noah used to host, I don't even know what show. I never watched that show that he hosted. But it says President Trump to sue Trevor Noah after saying Trump went to Epstein's Island. Oh, let's hear this.
That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland, which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's Island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton. So, I told you it's my last year.
So the Grammy Awards are the worst, virtually unwatchable. CBS is lucky not to have this garbage litter their airways any longer. The host, Trevor Noah, whoever he may be, is almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel at the low ratings Academy Awards. Noah said incorrectly about me that Donald Trump and Bill Clinton spent time on Epstein Island. Wrong. I can't speak for Bill, but I have never been to Epstein Island, nor anywhere close. And till tonight's false and defamatory statement, have never been accused of being there. Not even by the fake news media. Noah, a total loser, better get his facts straight and get them straight fast. It looks like I'll be sending my lawyers to sue this poor, pathetic, talentless dope of an MC and suing him for plenty of money. Ask little George Slopadopoulos and others how that all worked out. Also ask CBS, get ready, Noah. I'm going to have some fun with you, President Donald J. Trump. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so now Democrats are panicking privately because the DNC now has $17 million in debt, while the GOP has nearly $100 million cash. Good, now use it to win. They're not. They're not.
Looking themselves in a deep financial hole as the midterm campaign kicks in. A report showing the RNC holds a nearly $100 million cash edge over the DNC. Democrats ending last year with about $17 million in debt. Mark Meredith reporting on that now at a deep.
And these are the people that they want running the country. They're all in debt. They're all in debt.
See what you find out, Mark. Good morning.
And Bill, good morning to you. The midterm elections are only 273 days out, and there's new filings with the Federal Election Commission giving us a better idea where both Democrats and Republicans stand financially. The Democratic National Committee says it is in debt following the 2024 election. It owes $3.5 million. Democrats say they have $14 million cash on hand, a number far lower than they had at the start of 2025. As the New York Times points out, Democratic officials are privately growing alarmed about the National Party's financial position. The DNC chairman says, though, there's no cause for concern.
Just keep organizing, keep fighting. We are going to win. Don't be complacent. Get out there and do the work. And we're going to have a big year, and we will put a check on this madman's power.
Republicans who retain control of both the White House and Congress are in a much better position financially. The RNC says it has $95 million cash in hand and no debt to report. Over the weekend, Texas Democrats celebrated a special election victory in what's considered a deep red district. Democrat Taylor Remitt won a special election for the Texas State Senate.
What happened, Texas?
It's a district the president won by double digits, but Trump says it's not his fault.
Not involved in that. That's a local Texas race. You mean I won by 17 and this person lost? Things like that happen.
Some are calling the race a wake-up call, though, for the GOP. The White House says the president will be back out on the road, spending more time on the campaign trail.
What happened in Texas,
to boost
Goofy?
Republican candidates in the months ahead.
All right, plenty of time to talk about.
What happened over there, man? Ugh. A woman confronted and assaulted a man. Oh, this is the same thing. After accusing him of being an ICE agent with no proof. Immigration. So this is the same video, but from a different angle. So let's see it.
Yeah! Cover your damn face! Cover your damn face! Bitch! Fucking bitch! Fuck you!
Oh, that's Houston?
Fuck you!
Dude, she just, look at that. She just spilled coffee all over him. That's assault. That's assault. You know, these liberals are so fucking crazy. They do this shit, right? You know? Like, if you're not with me, you're against me and you're my enemy. What the fuck is that about? We're supposed to be Americans here. We're supposed to be Americans here. What a fucking joke these people
Doctor
are.
billed the government $120 million.
Okay, hold on, let's see. 18% of the entire country's home health care billing is coming out of LA County. 18%. 18%. Let that sit in.
Doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home health care billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map, a cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls, unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard and vacant lot.
All of it is just paperwork. I could fill that out in Kazakhstan if I want and get a hospice license waiting for me.
Doctor billed the government $120 million.
$120 million from one fucking doctor. Well, from what I understand, Nick Shirley is in California now looking at that stuff. And I'm not saying Nick Shirley is an expert at this stuff by any means, but at least somebody's looking into it. At least somebody's looking into it. The lost seat was Houston and Sheila Jackson's lead seats. Not surprising, much ado about nothing is what Goofy says. And Goofy's right there in the Houston area, so Chuck Schumer just announced he will force an extended government shutdown again.
Short of workers, we have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
They just want to make everybody fucking legal. Everybody legal. And they're going to shut down the government to protect the illegals instead of helping out the people that are actually in need here in the United States. That are legally here, that were born here. Okay, so this reporter, Jorge Ventura, was assaulted by a left-wing activist in South Minneapolis while filming a protest roadblock, checking IDs and turning away. They're checking fucking IDs now. How does this fucking work?
Oh, look, they say that these cars actually look like ice, and they're actually following them. So we're actually seeing this in real time. Hey, how you doing, man? You're right next to me. I can film here, buddy.
What is old, Andy? Which one's old? Oh, what he said? Schumer? Probably. They do those fake outs a lot, don't they? The nation's 771,500 people experiencing homelessness. Over 187,000 or 24% were in California.
Sidewalk. So it seems like they're turning around a vehicle. I got one guy following me. Why did you try to steal my phone right now?
You guys gotta get out of here, man.
Why'd you try to steal my phone right now, man? And they're hashing our Uber driver. Here, let's just get out of here.
I'm saying, get out of here. Go away, go away. You guys gotta get out of here.
Why'd you try to steal my phone right now, man?
Go, get out of here, go.
And they're hashing our Uber driver.
Go.
Here, let's just get out of here.
I'm saying, go away.
Oh, no, he's pushing
I'm sure
me,
he
man.
did, Andy.
Go to me.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Can't saw me, man.
Get out of here. Can't saw me, man. Y'all need to get out of here.
Can't saw me, man.
Y'all need to get out of here.
Can't saw me, dude.
Y'all need to get out of here.
Can't saw me.
Get in the car and get out of here.
So how come these people are allowed to do this? Why you know, this is the problem. They're just letting the fucking insane asylum run the country. Or the state, I should say. I don't know why they're not doing it.
So they're assaulting me and my photojournalist. Got it all on video. He actually tried to steal my phone, but unsuccessful. And you're gonna get blasted all over the internet, buddy. That's a tough guy over there, big guy over there. Couldn't even steal.
Can you imagine you're an Amazon delivery driver or you're a DoorDash driver and you're trying to take food to somebody and you got to stop here, show these just regular citizens your fucking ID in order to even get down?
My phone, and I'm smaller than you.
Oh, he jumped out of, kick his ass.
You can't saw me, dude.
Get in the fucking car.
You can't.
Get in the fucking car, man.
Dude, I would have knocked him out already. Why aren't they fighting back?
Go away, go away.
Donnie, take your medicine.
So they're assaulting me and my photojournalist. Got it all on video. They actually tried to steal my phone, but unsuccessful. And you're gonna get blasted all over the internet, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know who these guys are. Thank you, Pete. But I don't know why they're not fucking fighting back. I really don't. They're with the Daily Caller, I think. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Who knows? All right, Justin, leftist agitators in Minneapolis are just detained and questioned an Uber driver whose license plate came up in their database. I think this is the same people, same group, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just our Somalian Uber driver, man.
What the fuck is this person wearing?
Hey, how's it going?
You said his license plates are ice?
Doing good, yeah. I was just saying, it looks like in our system, your plates came up as an ice plate. That doesn't seem like it's the case.
It's in their system. What the fuck is this up with their system? Who the fuck do these guys think they are?
I just wanted to come through and see what was up and talk to you, see how you were doing. Okay, I figured, yeah.
I mean, he's clearly Somalian.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This is just insane.
Hell yeah. Well, glad to hear it. What's your name? Ali? Ali, nice to
How long have you guys been out here today?
This must have been before they attacked them.
Are we good though?
Yeah, we're good.
I do want to ask, what's the system you guys are using out here? I mean, because it's obvious that was wrong, right? I mean, the guy was just a Somalian Uber driver, not
Well,
ICE.
the thing is, ICE, they're renting a lot of cars. But yeah, we'll take this off the list. Yeah. Who y'all with?
We're honestly just from California. Just independent photojournalists. Name's
Okay, do y'all have like a Twitter or something?
Jorge Ventura.
Jorge Ventura?
Jorge Ventura.
All right, cool. Thank you.
How long has this been set up, man? Like, you know, the images of this are going viral online. That's why we came. I don't know if you know if they're going viral. But.
Yeah, no, I heard that. You know, people are people saying that, and you know, a lot of the neighbors support what we're doing. So happy to be here. You know?
Has local law enforcement said anything?
Not that we know of, no. But look, I gotta get back to this. I'm not trying to do no interview. All right.
Yeah, I've seen what Cam Higby's exposed, right? He's exposed a lot of it. But I mean, what I'm saying is, who the fuck do they think they are? Why are anybody letting them do this shit? They shouldn't be allowing them to do this shit. You know what I mean? So President Trump says, not only wasn't I friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, but based upon information that has just been released by the Department of Justice, Epstein and a sleazebag lying author named Michael Wolff conspired in order to damage me and or my presidency. So much for the radical less hope against hope, some of whom I'll be suing additionally. Unlike so many that like to talk trash, I never went to the infested Epstein Island, but almost all of these crooked Democrats and their donors did. Problem is, we haven't seen anything yet. It's been a year now. We still haven't seen anything yet. And I know Goofy's gonna say, Eddie, it takes time. It takes time. But I don't care if it fucking takes time. I want to see some action. Just give me one person arrested. Just one. So Rudy Giuliani's been making his rounds. So let's see what he's saying here.
Let's go to Trump. I've seen stuff that proves he's innocent. Yeah. You don't throw him out of Mar-a-Lago if he has stuff on you. And that's ridiculous. The guy, I'm sure that Epstein had a file on people to protect himself. And if he were doing something inappropriate with Trump, he would have kept it. And when Trump started saying bad things about him, he would have threatened him and would have kept his mouth shut. I mean, that's another thing I can actually prove. If we ever have to prove it, I can have people testify that is absolutely true, that he kept the file. And that people had to be real careful what they said about him. And Trump was not careful about what he said about him at all, nor is it Elon Musk. Let's go to Trump.
We can only hope, Sneaky Pete, that they'll do it to the wrong person if somebody kicks their ass. But it hasn't happened yet. And you know, the people that I would have thought would have been out there doing something, they're not out there. They're not. And it's because of January 6th. The Democrats did what they wanted to do. They scared the shit out of everybody, thinking that they're going to arrest, showing them that we'll arrest you. We'll arrest you. And that way nobody wants to go out anymore and do what they should be doing to protect our country. Even more leftist anti-ICE roadblocks are being set up near Minneapolis, with residents forced to stop and identify. So this is the same people, but this is different footage. Yeah, bro. Like, I still don't get why police are not there and stopping them from impeding traffic. I mean, come on. It's a simple thing. You're impeding traffic. I should get a whole bunch of people, and nobody will do it, of course. But we should get one. We should all meet up somewhere in some liberal state and do this in the middle of a road in a liberal city and put Democrats get the fuck out or something like that. I know they have AC, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it's just our
Okay, yeah, we already saw that clip. Just insane that these people are doing this shit. Just insane. Like, what is our world coming to? So, and here, look at this. Federal agents shown using tear gas during a confrontation where a 7-year-old child was in the crowd. Why the fuck is there Why would you bring your 7-year-old child to a place where you know that they're shooting tear gas? Not only that, they have a little fucking baby in their arms. Look at that shit. Why would you bring fucking a baby to a fucking protest where there's known to have tear gas? Fucking... That's how dumb these liberals are. Kevin O'Leary speaks on the CNN clash. The ICE rhetoric has gone too far. I like Kevin O'Leary. Let's see what he has to say. And I'll be right back.
What is going on? Like, it's getting pretty extreme now. You saw that in that CNN debate where the lady was labeling ICE. You can hate ICE, but she was labeling them as white supremacist militia. Others are using ICE. You can hate ICE, but she was labeling them as white supremacist militia. Others are using the words Nazi and Gestapo, which doesn't really give, it kind of diminishes the evilness of the Nazi party by comparing it to something like ICE. What is going on in people right now, and how getting to that level of delusion, really? That's at least how I see it.
Well, obviously, we live in very partisan times. The country is very divided, more so than ever. When I get involved in the narrative like that, I just want to make sure in all the rhetoric and all the heat that we try and stay to the facts. And to accuse law enforcement, men and women, who take a fair amount of risk of their own in taking on these jobs and going into very difficult situations, accusing them all of being somehow, racist or in any that they don't have their job in mind and that they're somehow part of some militia. I just found that offensive because I support law enforcement. I work a lot with police departments in many states and federal agencies. And I just had to take issue with it. I don't mind the debate. I don't mind the narrative. You may not agree with what's happening in Minneapolis. And I understand that. But to attack people who are working, men and women, I don't get it. And I just don't think it's right. And I think people should raise their voices against that. And I certainly did. And I took a fair amount of heat for it. I don't like what's going on there. I think it's a shame. I wish it wasn't happening.
I like Kevin O'Leary.
Boy, that was just so offside. And frankly, she kind of pissed me off. That's really she just pissed me off.
You were asking about fraud, and she just did not want to answer the question directly. Like, I think you got to be honest enough when it comes to what happened to Alex Pretty. You can criticize the shooting and the excessive use of force. And I think that happens a lot in the US with all law enforcement. But at the same time, these men and women put their lives on the line in a country that has the highest gun ownership than anywhere else in the world. So their job is very dangerous. When they're reaching in their pocket or somewhere in the car, you just don't know what they're reaching for. And we don't hear all the stories about law enforcement getting targeted and shot as well. So that's a fair argument. I agree with you. It's a good debate. But then when you start using the word Gestapo or Nazi or militia, white supremacist militia, first, it moves away from the issue. And second, I just worry we're moving, and I'm not sure if you share that worry. Maybe you're less worried than I am. Beyond, polarization and more into almost levels of calling for violence. And we're seeing that now with people on the streets. Do you think people are overreacting, people like myself that are overly worried, or are you concerned as well?
You're right. I mean, the thing that bothered me is, and I'm a policy guy, so I focus on policy because I support entrepreneurship. That's primarily what I do. I invest in entrepreneurs. And one of the reasons that 52 cents of every dollar around the world comes to the U.S. economy is the trust of the judicial system here. The idea that you have the ability and believe in the policies of the government. You put your money to work, and if something is found to be wrong, it's corrected in the justice system and the appellate system. In other words, even if you lose a case, you can appeal it. That's been the core of the entire economy for 200 years. And so when I hear the word fraud, that undermines the confidence of investors. And so you got to go to that first. You want to shine the light and go through the process and figure out, was there fraud? And as a taxpayer, and I certainly am, I pay my taxes, it bothered me that somehow the narrative we got into on that whole situation wasn't about fraud anymore. The whole thing started that a massive fraud had occurred. That's the allegation. And we don't talk about it. You know, we're talking about Nazis and Gestapo, and we're not talking about fraud. Well, I thought we had to steer it back to the reason that we were in this place in the first place. And I think we have lost our way. I don't mind if there's a parallel discussion about these shootings are horrific. I mean, they're just tragedies. But at the same time, it started with an allegation of fraud. And so why are we not going to the root? And I think before this is all over, and I'll be one person that continues to talk about it, I want to know what happened to my money. I'm a taxpayer. What happened to it? You can't paint it over with some other narrative that has nothing to do with it. I want to know what happened to my money, and I'm not going to stop talking about it till I found out what happened to my money. Period.
We all want to know where our money's going. They're already ripping us off by taxing us, you know, as much as they should. As much as they are. They shouldn't be taxing us that much, and they're just screwing us over and taking it and giving it to freaking illegal aliens. So Christy Nolan says, I just spoke with real Tom Homan, effective immediately, this was February 2nd at 1:24 p.m. So about 6 hours ago. We are deploying body cameras to every officer in the field in Minneapolis. As funding is available, the body camera program will be expanded nationwide. We will rapidly acquire and deploy body cameras to the Department of Homeland Security law enforcement across the country. The most transparent administration in American history. So, that's good. So the left can't complain about that shit. That left can't complain about that shit. All right, let's see what President Trump is saying here.
Well, I spoke with Speaker Johnson. I spoke with Leader Thune. And I think they're pretty close to a resolution. You know, we were at 5.6% GDP, and we lost 1.5 points because of the 42-day shutdown. Think of that. We would have been at 7. Nobody ever saw a number like 7. And I think, Howard, probably 1.5 points was the number, right?
1.5 for the shutdown. Exactly right.
And it's very bad for our country. But despite that, we have the highest numbers we've ever had.
I agree, Stinky
We're doing
Pete.
well. We're going right through it. But I will say that I spoke with Senator Schumer numerous times, and I don't think they want to see a shutdown either. Well, I spoke with Speaker Johnson.
And you know what's funny is, well, the body cameras, you know, didn't help out the people that they thought they were going to help out, right? It worked against the people wanting them. So here we go. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton have agreed to testify in the Epstein investigation before the House ahead of a vote to hold them in contempt for ignoring the subpoenas. Let's see what this says.
On the Hillary R. Clinton contempt report.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on.
Have all members been recorded who wish to be recorded? Does it?
Okay, so look, Garcia is they voted no, which I think is a liberal. But look at this, Stansbury, Rashida Tlaib voted to have them investigated or had them held in contempt. Wow, Stansbury, who is Stansbury? Mike Lee. Jasmine Crockett didn't vote. Kassar didn't vote. Mike Lee. So he's a conservative. I don't know which of these other ones else are so Biggs, Comer, they're conservative, Burleson. I don't know who that is. Cloud, I don't know who this is. Brian Donald's conservative. I don't know who a lot of these are. Jim Jordan voted. Luna voted. McGuire, Palmer.
Any member wish to change their vote? Seeing none, the clerk will close the vote and report the vote total.
Because it's because Congress isn't funding them. That's the problem.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 28, the nays are 15, with 1 voting present.
The ayes have it. Pursuant to this vote, the committee hereby favorably reports and adopts this report recommending that the House of Representatives find Hillary R. Clinton in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with a subpoena duly issued by this committee. We will move the report to the full House. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Mr. Chairman, pursuant to House Rule 11.
So as soon as it got sent to the House, they said, oh, we're going to send this to the House. Now, all of a sudden, the Clintons are like, oh, okay, now we'll decide to come on and we'll come talk to you. Now we'll decide to come talk to you. All right, this is the last link I have, and then we'll see if anything new has popped up in the last hour and a half or so. Let's see what's going on here with Blanche.
Yes, and we have several ongoing investigations. And remember what was happening in December, Laura. We had a massive...
Yeah, they're fully funded, Sneaky Pete, but it's still a certain amount, right? So if they need more agents out there, and they're giving them, what, $50,000 each to when they get hired? It's a lot of money
going on all through Minneapolis, all through Minnesota. And suddenly it turned almost on a dime, and it became suddenly all about ICE, all about getting ICE out, how horrible ICE was doing. But really what we have here is a massive underground fraud network operating in Minneapolis, and we had a very strong pushback when we raised our hands and said stop. And so, yes, we have multiple investigations going on. We sent prosecutors from Maine Justice. We sent prosecutors from other U.S. attorneys' offices all over the country, and we're making progress every day.
I mean, I can't tell you.
Progress, and we have several ongoing.
Donnie and I are going to a funeral tomorrow in San Jose. I got a tie for him. I'm going to put a tie on him. All right, let's see what else is new going on tonight. And then we might go check out some protests or something if anything's going on. Independent voters in California chose none of the above over Porter and Swalwell as most favorable Dem gubernatorial candidates. There's an opportunity for both Republican candidates to advance to the general election. Well, let's hope. Let's hope. Gavin Newsom just asked for pity. Oh, let's see this douchebag, what he's asking for.
Forgive me, but you can't spend time with real people and not feel their pain and not feel that trauma. Donald Trump doesn't understand that. He's never done that. He's never sat down with these folks.
He's going to fake cry.
The recklessness, the impact across the spectrum, people that are scared. We talked to a community leader who literally sits on a board. Thank God a member of the board is a doctor, because they couldn't convince a young woman here legally to go to the doctor. She had a medical condition. She was so scared of being racially profiled on her way to the...
Yeah, and who's paying for those medical doctors to see her? We are.
Doctor. She refused to go to the doctor. And they were giving me an example, telling me that story. I can give you story after story, and this was only an hour-and-a-half meeting. Dozens and dozens of examples. That's just here in your backyard in Chula Vista. Imagine what's going on across the rest of the United States. So this has just got to end.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Gavin Newsom can suck my dick. I spoke up for conservatives. Let's see, Myra Flores. I spoke up for conservatives on a live liberal show this morning in Corpus Christi. Let's see what happened.
Myra Flores. Even though they're there to do a job, where they're there to look for the illegal immigrants, we'll ignore the fact that they've so far killed 2 white people that were American citizens. But
he is a slimy douchebag, sure.
Let's just focus on just stay on point. Stay
on point as well. You need to state the facts. I mean, the women, the first woman that you mentioned, the white liberal women that try to run over, the agent who was at the hospital and internally bleeding. He had the right to defend himself.
Hang on, Myra.
So let's state the facts.
Those aren't facts. No, that's an opinion.
That's your opinion.
No, that's your opinion. Because no investigation is taking place. You see, here you go. You're trying to overtalk me.
I'm going to speak the facts.
My show. You wait your turn. You learned that in kindergarten.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I can't watch this douchebag podcaster. That's what she gets for going on a liberal show. You can't change their mind. Satellite imagery shows U.S. military aircraft surge at Diego Garcia. Chinese intel firm published photos dated February 1st showing new arrivals at the Indian Ocean base. How are they getting these shots, these photographs? So this is in Chicago. Empty desks, no medical supplies, billions in bogus Medicare billing. Federal prosecutors in Chicago have charged foreign nationals from Pakistan and Kazakhstan with orchestrating massive fraud. Some corporate officers appear to be unoccupied. It's just all over. It's rampant all over the country. Let's see what this guy's talking about.
Billie Eilish says no one is illegal on stolen land. This, the woman who has multiple multi-million-dollar houses, no doubt, with gates and fence and security systems to make sure that nobody just shows up who's not supposed to be there. By the way, is she going to give those properties back to the people who, had land stolen from them or conquered? No, of course not. But what about this stolen land idea in the first place? Billy, are you saying that it's wrong for tens of millions of foreigners to come to a certain place that's already inhabited in violation, of course, of the laws and customs and traditions of the people who are currently inhabiting that land? Are you saying that it's wrong for people to show up and take land from other people, or perhaps to show up and, pillage, plunder, enjoy the milk and honey of the United States while fraudulently, ripping off the American taxpayer of tens of millions of dollars, as is exactly what the illegal aliens are doing in the United States? Billie Eilish says...
Interesting. Good point. Good Samaritan hijacks crook's getaway car and rabs it into a jewelry store during smash and grab police. What the fuck? This is fake. You can tell this is totally... Mom photoshops cockroaches onto son's photo after he refuses to bathe, and now he bathes 20 times a day. Trump administration files a response to Judge Boasberg explaining why he lacks jurisdiction over the plaintiffs and why he can't order the United States to let the illegal aliens, TDA gang members back in. Hopefully it works, but I doubt it. So, a security guard at Langston Hughes High School in Georgia scolded students for throwing trash during an ICE walkout. Langston Hughes. Have you ever heard of that school name before there, Sneaky Pete? I know you're in Georgia, and I know it's a big place, but gotta ask.
How do you feel about our protest?
Well, I feel it was good the way y'all walked out together, but the part this threw in, everybody should have lined up. Somebody should have been saying that, why they was doing the protest.
Yeah. So our protest needs some work.
Yes.
Hey, watch out, they finna throw that orange. Oh yeah, trash can. We finna throw the trash can on my granny. Oh my God, we about to throw the trash can.
These kids aren't protesting, they just want to be dumbasses.
Yo!
Not around you? Okay. These kids just want to be dumbasses.
How do you feel about our...
It's not protesting, that's just being a dumbass. Yeah, it's another charter bus. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff anymore. It's just so disgusting. It's just... I don't even want to talk about it. Chad is now claiming to be a victim. It says he's going into hiding. Who is Chad? Meet Chad Malinowski, a Chicago area nurse. Chad appears to suggest letting ICE agents bleed out and call on nurses to target them. He also says hospitals should fire all MAGA employees because they're racist. Oh, let's see this.
Okay, so I've become the victim of a coordinated attack between bots and MAGAs. I will be going into hiding for a few days.
Oh, poor baby.
Or more.
Probably got fired from your job, too. Come on, let's see. I don't want to hear from AB. Klobuchar. SpaceX just dropped a bombshell. They've acquired xAI to create what Elon Musk calls the most ambitious vertically integrated innovation engine on Earth. That was old news. FBI uncovers creepy home biolab. Yeah, I heard about this on the news today. Packed with mystery vials in a Vegas raid. FBI agents stormed a Las Vegas residence, discovering refrigerators stuffed with unlabeled vials of unknown liquids, suggesting a clandestine biological operation. The property links to Jia Beizhu, a Chinese national already facing charges for flooding the market with unapproved COVID and HIV test kits. This raid echoes his prior California fiasco where authorities found pathogen labels for Ebola and tuberculosis alongside 1,000 neglected mice. Whoa, there's got to be more on this. Let's look up Biolab. Let's look up Las Vegas Biolab. There's got to be more on this because I heard about it earlier today. Las Vegas Biolab. Latest. So this is what that dude looks like. Prosecutors filed a criminal charge Monday afternoon against a man detained as part of a home investigation. Oh, here it is. Where they're talking about it. Let's see this. This is some scary shit.
Good afternoon. I'm Sheriff Kevin McMahill with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. With me today is the Special Agent in charge of the Las Vegas FBI Field Office, Christopher Delzato, and the Clark County Fire Chief, Billy Samuels. You'll hear from all three of us. I want to provide a more detailed update and walk you through how this investigation unfolded. Just a little over a week ago, LVMPD received limited information indicating that laboratory equipment and potentially hazardous materials were being stored at a residence in the northeast part of our town. As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred.
Oh shit, this is the same person as what happened in Reedley? Okay, I know this case now.
The nature of that earlier investigation raised significant concern for what we might encounter in this new case. In Reedley, investigators reportedly discovered an illegal biolab containing materials possibly associated with a range of infectious diseases, including hepatitis, COVID, HIV, malaria, and other potentially dangerous pathogens. While it is unknown whether similar materials were present here at the Las Vegas residence, the possibility required us to proceed with extreme caution. Because of these concerns, LVMPD's counterterrorism section and our Armor Task Force, in partnership with the FBI, immediately initiated a joint investigation and began developing detailed operational plans to address this potential threat. Out of an abundance of caution, extensive preparations were made, resources were mobilized from across Clark County, the city of Las Vegas, as well as our other state and federal partners, to include some from outside of our region, to ensure that this operation could be conducted safely. The main suspect in this case, who you're going to see a photograph on the screen next to me here in just a second, is the owner of the house on Sugar Springs Drive. He's already in federal custody on charges related to the investigation of the biolab in Reedley, California in 2023. I'm sorry. So that's not the main suspect. That's the main suspect in the California case. The primary suspect we arrested, however, is Mr. Ari Solomon. He's 55 years old, and his initial charge was a charge of disposing and discharging hazardous waste. Solomon is believed to be the property manager for both houses on Sugar Springs and Temple View. As previously briefed, the first phase of this operation began early Saturday morning. You're going to start to see a number of images from this as I talk. At approximately 5:51, our LVMPD SWAT team served a search warrant at the residence on Sugar Springs Drive. There were 3 individuals inside of that home. Each had independently rented a room from the property owner. They were safely removed from the residence, and at this time, they are not involved in this investigation. Based on the information we received, investigators believe that the locked garage was the primary location of the potential biological and hazardous materials. The search warrant was authored by LVMPD's counterterrorism section, and our multi-agency teams began preparing to deploy to the scene. To safely manage the risk, a layered use of technology, as you see here to my left, was employed throughout this operation. LVMPD police drones were deployed from the onset, providing a real-time
it's
aerial
awful,
and
Gavin. It's
situational
scary.
awareness as SWAT secured the residence. Drone feeds were monitored remotely, allowing commanders to assess conditions, adjust tactics, and limit officer exposure in real time. We also employed our robot dog. Before we entered the room, the tactical robot was deployed to clear the interior and conduct initial air sampling. The robot can open doors, navigate stairs, and transmit video in real time, allowing officers to assess the conditions before entering a dangerous environment. Once this residence was cleared, LVMPD's Armor team entered the scene. Armor, for those of you that don't know, is our all-hazard regional multi-agency operations and response unit. They do all of the gamut of the CBRNE. Wearing protective equipment, including respirators, the team drilled a small access point into the interior door leading to the garage and inserted a probe to assess air quality. A pinhole camera was also deployed, transmitting live video to the command post and to our Fusion Watch Operations Center here at headquarters.
That's what's going on over there.
Almost immediately, investigators observed multiple refrigerators, a freezer, and other laboratory-type equipment, along with numerous bottles and jugs containing unknown liquid substances. These items, importantly, were consistent in appearance to the items found and described in the Reedley, California lab investigation. After initial assessments were completed, the Armor team escorted FBI scientists and specialized evidence collection team into the garage. Investigators observed one refrigerator that was still opening and wrapped in the household plastic wrap, along with the freezer that was plugged in and running. You'll see some of that in that video.
Get all this stuff in there.
When the refrigerator and freezer were opened, our investigators identified a significant volume of material, including various vials and storage containers with liquids of different colors and compositions. Additional containers were located throughout the garage, along with laboratory equipment and other specialized items. The scene presented a high level of complexity with materials that had not been identified, that have not been yet identified, and still require careful assessment. Some items appeared consistent with biological and chemical storage, which necessitated additional precautions. The operation required multiple, carefully controlled entries into potentially contaminated areas, and each entry involved strict safety protocols and extensive decontamination procedures for personnel. And we also have to decontaminate all of the equipment each time it comes out and goes back in. Wow. As a result, the operation was conducted in a slow, methodical manner. To maximize safety and visibility, large-scale evidence collection was prioritized during daylight hours on Sunday, while additional investigative work and coordination continued overnight. Evidence collection was completed at approximately 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. At the same time, the collected items were transported to a Southern Nevada Health District facility for temporary temperature-controlled storage. The final phase of the operation began focusing on the remediation of the target location. A professional remediation team was contacted to conduct that work, which we completed at approximately 2:30 this morning. Following remediation, final site checks were conducted, all of our units were demobilized, and the scene was cleared. This morning, the evidence was transported to an FBI lab for testing. I'm now going to turn it over to our exceptional special agent in charge, Christopher Delzato, who's going to provide a status on the update of the investigation and outline our next steps. Chris?
Thank you, Sheriff. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Again, Chris Delzato, I'm the special agent in charge of our FBI office here in Las Vegas. As I stated in Saturday's press conference, the FBI plays a crucial role in supporting our state and local law enforcement partners on a regular basis, providing resources and innovative capabilities to assist in our investigations. This weekend, our evidence response teams, our scientific response analysis unit, our technical hazards response unit, and our hazardous evidence response team played pivotal roles in this joint investigation.
Yeah, like you guys are saying, the nurses are suggesting using syringes to inject poison into people in crowds. And Ilhan was conveniently attacked with a syringe. That's a good...
These highly trained and equipped teams perform reconnaissance and site characterization, decontamination, and evidence in hazardous environments. As you can see on the screen, and as observed in the scrolling footage, our FBI scientists have been diligently collaborating with agents and Metro detectives throughout the weekend and during the recovery and sampling process. Initial search of the garage at the Sugar Springs residence identified a biosafety hood,
Definitely, it was.
biosafety sticker, centrifuge, multiple refrigerators, red-brown unknown liquids in gallon-sized containers, and refrigerated vials with unknown liquids. More than 1,000 samples were collected, stored safely, and secured safely at the Southern Nevada Health District Laboratory. Early this morning, all samples were carefully loaded into an FBI aircraft for transportation to the National Bioforensic Analysis Center in Maryland. We recognize that the public is seeking clarity. What were they testing for? What possibilities are being considered? However, as the sheriff mentioned, in cases like this, our process relies on being slow and methodical. From the collection of evidence to the testing of the samples, the process the FBI laboratory personnel engage in requires systemized, measured steps that cannot be rushed. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to everyone involved in the operation this weekend. When I was informed of my selection as the special agent in charge here in Las Vegas, I recognized the positive reputation that the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department had, but quickly learned more about their state-of-the-art Fusion Center. It is fitting that they were honored as Fusion Center of the Year by the National Fusion Center Association, distinguishing it as a top-tier, industry-leading, and highly effective 24/7 intelligence hub. I was profoundly impressed by the impact of the partnerships in action during this extensive operation. This weekend marked the first occasion on which I witnessed these capabilities firsthand, and our office is privileged to be part of the collaboration dedicated to serving Southern Nevada. I would like to express my gratitude to the extensive partnerships involved in this case. Thank you all again for the components from Metro, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, the Clark County Fire Department, the 92nd Civil Support Team from Carson City, the Southern Nevada Health District Lab, and FBI employees from the FBI lab in Quantico, as well as employees from the Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Sacramento FBI offices. Next, I'd like to introduce Fire Chief Billy Samuels from Las Vegas Fire.
That's County Fire. All right, good afternoon. Billy Samuels from Clark County Fire. Kind of talk about who all was involved in this this past weekend and highlighting the relationships that we have with local, state, and federal partners. That's to include the Las Vegas.
This is the exact
Fire
same
Rescue,
guy,
North
Goofy.
Las Vegas Fire
The exact
Department,
same guy.
Henderson Fire Department. As they mentioned, the Nevada National Guard, the 92nd.
From what I heard on the radio this morning, they noticed some tubes coming out of the house that didn't look right, and so that's what made them look into
Civil
them.
Support Team. They're responsible for that CBRN, that chemical, biological,
That's what I
radiation,
heard.
and nuclear investigations. The 9th CST from Southern California assisted. Obviously, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department did an amazing, had an amazing role. FBI, SNCTC, and the Fusion Center, as they mentioned, what an amazing collaboration that they have there. Brett Compton, the Division of Emergency Management Chief for the Nevada Homeland Security, the District Attorney's Office from Clark County, and the United States Attorney's Office. Emphasis needs to be placed upon the continued partnership that we have, not just for this incident, but everything this Valley experiences is done in collaboration with our partners. Whether it's a planned event or natural or man-made disaster, the dedication from each agency continues to impress me. The greatest word that I can think of is trust. Now, I want to talk about the decontamination process that
Same
you're seeing
guy,
right
yep,
there.
Goofy, same guy.
We'll have a decon unit there for the entire incident. It's there for decontaminating those that are working and ensuring their ensembles are removed and packaged properly. This also consists of the rehabilitation and medical standby for those working. This ensures we are not having any cross-contamination from the inside of the scene to the responder to the rest of the people in the warm and cold zones. All this costs a lot of money, as you can imagine. And while local agencies fund some programs, it is a large financial responsibility that is where the federal government assists. A large grant program within the federal government called the Homeland Security Grant Program. And for us, we work under the UASI, the Urban Area Security Initiative, where we get some of these funding. We're grateful for this opportunity that we received this. And over the last 5 years, here are some of the agencies in which the UASI funded that were actually integral in this response. That was from the Southern Nevada Counterterrorism Center. We were able to receive a little over $4 million for their efforts. LVMPD Armor, as Sheriff mentioned, has a little over $1 million. Southern Nevada Health District and their public health analysts that we have assigned to the Fusion Center, a little over $500,000. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue and their Seaburn Hazmat Unit, that was $365,000. And the Clark County Fire Department for a total of $700,000. All those efforts were used this last weekend. It does take it's a team effort. In closing, I'm going to turn it back over to the Sheriff. I'm sure you have some questions, but thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Just insane.
I just add a couple comments, and as Chief Samuels mentioned, the cooperation amongst our first responder community here in Southern Nevada is truly exceptional. We've done this over and over and over again. This operation is not possible without that coordination and the professionalism of all of those partners, working seamlessly towards a common goal. Investigation also reflects how law enforcement has evolved, and LVMPD now operates one of the most advanced technology platforms anywhere in the world. From drones and robotics to real-time intelligence and remote command capabilities, technology played a critical role in allowing us to assess risk to protect personnel and to move quickly without compromising safety. I'll tell you that this incident was completed remarkably fast for what it was that we dealt with out there, how quickly they were able to move and do this safely. It's really mind-blowing, quite frankly.
What were they doing? Like, are they growing
Since becoming
stuff to
sheriff, I've
kill
also
us,
made
or
Homeland
what?
Security a top priority. We have some of the best counterterrorism hazmat units in the country, and we do not take shortcuts when it comes to protecting our community. Whether the threat is real, it's known, unknown, criminal, environmental, local, or international, our responsibility is to be ready and respond decisively. I want to thank a couple of gentlemen that are standing over here, in particular, Deputy Chief Chris Holmes, the Executive Director of the Southern Nevada Counterterrorism Center, Carrie Underwood, and our Counterterrorism Lieutenant, Cody Thompson. These were some very, very long days leading multidiscipline approach teams, and you all did it exceptionally well, so thank you very much. Also,
Just insane, right? All right, I got a question. Somebody asked a question over in this thing. What are your guys' thoughts on Super Bowl? Are you guys going to watch the Super Bowl? Are you not going to watch the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts? And oh, by the way, Gavin, did you watch the UFC now on it's on Paramount Plus now, right? You get it for free? Here's a link to the one found in Reedley years ago. I'm trying to see where it says how they found it, Goofy. I'm not seeing it though. Let's see what else is going on here. You watched UFC? Was it the same or was it different now? Do they have like a million commercials or what's going on with it? I see I can watch it on Paramount Plus still. Nothing new, nothing new. We just saw that. Epstein stuff. I'm avoiding the Epstein stuff. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to watch that, you're going to have to go somewhere else. Just too disgusting for me. Looks like I got everything today. Looks like we got everything so far. Tomorrow, I may do a show or not. It all depends because I have got to go to San Jose for a funeral. And it's an Italian funeral, so I don't even know. Do I need to take an envelope or something? You know, I know you've only seen it in TV. I've only seen him, but do I got to take an envelope for the wife or what? I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Oh, we can look and see if there's protests. Let's go look at Portland Dandy real quick on Rumble. Let's see if he's showing anything good. Dude, how long does Andy stream for every day? Holy jeez Louise. Oh, it's mail call Monday, so I don't know if he'll be showing stuff. Oh, it's just mail stuff.
Like the Discord, I will when next time I open it.
Okay, so he's just doing mail today. You know what? Let's go. Minion After Dark. This guy got pissed off at me for something. Oh, he's watching movies. He's watching movies. Who else is live that we can go to? Let's see what video games they're playing over here. He averages around 8 hours a day. That's a lot of time. All right, I'm gonna get going, guys, because I got to get up super early in the morning to drive to San Jose and stuff. So, Gavin, you're Italian. Do I gotta bring a fucking? Do I gotta bring an envelope to this to Italian funeral? Yeah, you probably don't have to give money if they wouldn't donate. If you lost a relative, okay. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. They have donated a lot for me. Like my dentist gave me my teeth fixed for free for the most part, you know? Their family takes really good care of me. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it. You know, I'll ask him I'll ask Uncle Johnny. Johnny will tell me. Then yes. Okay. How much are you supposed to throw in it? I mean, these guys are millionaires. I can't afford to give a big envelope. Hold on. You know what we'll do here? Hold on. Let me see if I'm hooked up. Let me see if my phone is connected. Let's call Johnny. He'll say hi to everybody. Hold on. Let me see if I'm connected. He loves being on the show. Johnny loves being on the show. Am I connected? No. Let's connect. Let's connect. Okay, we're connected now. Let me see which one. Let me make sure I'm on the right thing. We'll call Johnny real quick. He'll let us know. Let me see if we can. Let's see. Which one is it? Not that one. Hold on. Number 4. This one. Hello? Hello? Hold on. Oh, wait, I guess I gotta turn this up, don't I? It's not coming through. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, I guess I gotta turn this up, don't I? Here we go. Okay, then I can... Let's call Johnny. Let's see what Johnny says. You guys remember Johnny from Christmas? Remember Johnny? It's his family. So he would know. Not calling. Calling. Come on, call. Let me try again. Calling mobile. Bueller? Why isn't my phone not calling? That's weird. It just says calling mobile. Maybe I'm gonna have to restart my phone. Oh, here we go.
At the tone, please record your message.
Oh, it's his side. Okay, hold on. Let me try calling him again. There we go. He's probably drinking right now. Or gambling. Why isn't it on my thing? not there.
John Casara. Can't take your call now.
He's probably
at the tone.
At the
Please
casino.
record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound.
Oh no,
for
he's in
further
San Jose
options.
right now, so there's no casinos up there. Hey Johnny, it's Eddie. Hey, I got a question for you. I'm on my show, and I'm wondering, I always see in movies you got to take an envelope to funerals. Do I got to bring an envelope tomorrow? Let me know. Call me back. Bye. I don't know. It's for a guy, though. I don't think you bring flowers for a dude, do you? I don't know. Anyways, all right, guys. So, like I said, I got to get up really early. It's like a 3.5-hour drive up there for the funeral, and I got to get Donnie ready and me ready. So, $100, says Gavin. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. I just don't want to be embarrassed by not giving enough, or by insulting them by giving them an envelope with money. Yeah, good night, everybody. So I am going to connect you guys. I'm going to raid the stream because I have to raid so many streams. So we're going to go over and raid these guys since Andy's just doing mail call. And we'll catch you guys later. Thank you, guys. I might do a show tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see how long it takes me to get home. Because, normally when I go up there, we got to go have dinners and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. Because I'm part of the family, so I got to be there part of the family. Let's go raid. Okay. Good night, y'all. We're raiding right now. We're raiding.
Raid the car.
There we go.
Well, thank you so